Religious leaders. So bonini nasi yenye kukme kukume mengo yangu wana sikrumu mbufura penyefo wamera meriwana kakrafo wamera yenso bonini nasi ayenzu nukwema yeho yeho Fa kasapa, fa odo, Fajin Pam, Maunia, Panjanonia, no watching money, Diara. Oh, Ghana, Edway, oh, the catch out I am for Korea, and I am from Budano. Doctor, Ama, Soja, oh, Amen, Buffum, paying for. Can I ain't a doing now? I will say, oh, can I be free? I'm in now. Dancing you meant to see you're free. Or Sunday, I read once, sir. One missa, police, teacher, oh, leader, one, I am more many. Ghana, Ghana, someday. Lawyers, musicians, a grateful. Oh, I say, win the man can. Oh, Papa, I am more. Ghana, some trying businessman. No. Hey, oh, Bosom, in pajama. Made I want some, in pajama. How many on Yamaza, hey, Asasi, on Yamaza, no Yamaza, Asasi, into some more, some how many Ghana, Asama tuza, Yankano power, Yengumum, Nayefina, Papa Matuza, Onya Matuza, Coconia Matuza. Religious leaders, Sawanya, Hono Payo, Yen so bonini nasi, yen kukme kukume, and go yakuana sikrum, for up paying for 1 minute, marijuana cockra for 1 minute. Yen so bonini nasi, I ain't in the Panama, Fakasapa, fa odo, fajin pam, maunia, panjanonia, no watching money, diara. Oh, Ghana, Edway, oh, the catch out I am for Korea, and I am from Budano. Doctor, Ama, Soja, oh, Amen, Buffum, paying for. Can I ain't a doing now? I will say, oh, can I be free? I'm in now. Dancing you meant to see you're free. Or Sunday, I read once, sir. One missa, police, teacher, oh, leader, on your crab, I'm for. Pampa, Yapagampa, Yapesica, I am Botobo, I am Moa, or many Ghana, Yenny, Bedarako, Ghana, and the Apia someday. Lawyers, musicians, a grateful, oh, I say, win the man can. Oh, Papa, I am more Ghana, I'm trying, businessman, no.
Neat FM Neo.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Sauda da tuomo. Sauda bamba suo. Sauda kemuo. Sauda cheche filling station. Sauda da yambo suo. Da ye penti muo. Na yem plaster muo. Loro kwan huo. Bar stop po. Sauda ejuma mumpo a. Ye na ade achien yo.
Yes yo. Uda bronsansio. Uda tademo. Uda bench yo. Usi abonsan. Ye na ade achien yo. Yes yo. Uda bronsansio. Uda tademo. Uda bench yo. Usi abonsan. Ye na ade achien yo.
Ampa yeyina ade achien yede otwadampo Nyankopon ase sende nso yate ye ho ene ye ne na otwetwe mu no woso yede woso etuatua enti amaye ntumi amba besum wosi ne memenda no pa bia yesum wo no enso nde Nyankopon ayen yadom emende ya ba betena ha no mu a na ye kan se Onyankopon yede wase Yeda wase. Aha neat 100.9 FM sunye. Asem Yideka program a yahyehyɛ memenda no pa bia. Just the morning riser. Memenda no pa bia. Unsensem bi wo a wobɛte during the week no. Untini ye. Oh, memenda so de ase bebre na wo fie. By this time bebre na senior ma bi kran sorry. Nti unya akonya no na utie nsem mu ye. Weekdays unsa na ye rush hour. But memenda no pay there. Bigiri se wo mbre a obetumi e de etie ye. Nti na program we. Ya to ne din Asem Yideka na nsemu a epepe ye mu odu, emu ohwam, emu ohu ne de asom wo. Ye frame opani KWADWO ODAME ADDO. Me na metina agime mu. Medi hu chia me. Na Juliana Oben ene Francis Okokoko omugya mechi. Saa so na Kwesi Abuaje the darling boy. Me boss say me my word pa my word enti this week they will me my word me exams ankwesi bibia be fine be fine so say that the year no na mom o produce from afar so why hot ye gidi saa so na obonti na nkasa Father Dixon na anso tai chi a ye di dwumai e ba besum wo ye sum Ghana nti na ya ba betena no pe ya ye ba be pesen mu now see dia wonim no ende e ye memenda the 17th day of May 2025 ye bre no so abo nonsia manapa ho eduonum pepe 650 just anope ye na ye bo pun pan bie pun no niembom rem janope wa me kwan dia ese ye boewrem de nsampa no aba besom na efedi kan no ye de training stories ebebrew na ne ehemfimfin no ye de the big issue on our table e de asom na efetwato no so NDC MPP ene amanyofo no so atenase na ende amanyofo ebetenase no ye wo kwabena ye boa kranchi KYK of NDC or NDC ni mapa obefia ha saa so na Saka Salia ono so MPP ni ono so bebefia na yen almighty political analyst ono so bebefia yaw asanitano ono so bebefia na Mekael se we fia ye wo motivational poem ai de sum wa no pa bia me dem ka se yetino aya na nyoma bebre wom nti ye de nyoma hyemu a na se ye yere ye fi nti anope ye be recite ye motivational poem no na fa hye okotodwem okotodwem ne se nyoma bi eni ho okra me na Mekael se kotodwem tumi de bibi hyem ti fa hye okotodwem na enkaikao na fa bo bra me giri se besi wiye sa wo kaya ana sende your first time so a tie na record na also abrina wabo na wode kaka on man ya guide ebeboa this okay yanko 1 go. It is a lesson you should heed. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then your courage should appear. For if you persevere, you will conquer. Never fear. Try again. We na medesumo. Me said simbio. It is a lesson you should heed. Try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then your courage should appear. For if you persevere, you will conquer. Never fear. Try again. For if you persevere, you will conquer. Never fear. Try again. We ne de sumo. Se adani de na ebe kaka wo na woso de abobra. You see, the downfall of a man is not the end of his life. Abrabon sa na tie. Uni bebre ne be hye bebre be friwa kwan mu. Doesn't matter the history or the bond. A uni sa ni panwo. Betimi friwa kwan mu any time bia nti make catch say prepare to walk alone. Prepare to walk alone. Say to now you will not be surprised. We will say shock price. What you say be shock na so surprise. The shock price. Prepare to walk alone. Because nipa de say ni there doesn't matter the history or the bond you have with the person. Bibi betumi esi ema obi agu on ways. Eti kwashe otrim. Abrabo no wohwe fom na wa sorry. Wohwe fom na wa sorry. Wohwe fom a enka ho. Peja ho na refusal to take a risk. It's a risk by itself. What you say? So what do I also misro me yeah or no venture? Asa try again. Try again. So when you win impo so when succeed krana, you will get an experience. When you experience, what I say, in pay way and Asem Yideka program in penifo ahihye say you found some na there was so ye best see ya ye ndi dwa kitue bi na fa training issues no ehye so ma there was so
Neat FM Neo.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Twem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya John to mami ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afibian so beri ni waware ni a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. Udan kwanu tumu ho. Me be mo anu so hye kwa dia ka ho. Wo hade a wapi ho. O ka se batete e da fom won.
This way chocolate drink.
Crash up a baba worry.
Aso.
Ye fear say this way chocolate drink ya sorry no pa no ne yenom. Ye be chef fridge nom no snack. Ye nya hoho anu ne de serve wo mo. Ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a. This way chocolate drink ne yenom. And this way no ti anu a, he se kire wom, koko wom, prick wom, bibia wom, ade wo hia ne so hye.
This way chocolate drink.
De wo hia ani so hye.
FDA ahwehwe se adwede nkratoe mo agye atum se eye.
Neat FM Neo.
Neat 100.9 FM suni ye koya ya ba na Pedro wa Madina Cruz. I see watching you live and clear inside Indianapolis, Kumasi Town also Casbin Junction, XD main location. Okay, all right. Say, what a great morning show indeed from Kojo Asampa Furniture Works, Edum Kumasi. Nese Kumasi for Nenya Bere papa. All right. I used to say Isaac Ayaba. I say new day, new pressure on MPP. The nation builder is giving the useless opposition party pressure with good works and vision. Okay, I'm not sure the other buy. I don't know. Anyway, young trendy issues in so. Now, first issue and our first story on our list, NDC for Nekese. I say electoral commission. Omu ye ready. Say Ablekuma North constituency elections no ombehwe yie e de atu yie. NDC for Nekese. Na mom rather omu mislead IGP police institution no e wa Ablekuma North constituency issues no ho. Electoral commission for eko kansem fufuro kire police so mo de banbo no mu hia nanso NDC for kire mu se issue say what grounds no enye bambo in electoral commission here rather no pink sheet o collation sheet o just say data mo de be bobo resource no eni ho nti eba ne say na electoral commission mo ka asem foforo e de ko kire police for say mo de bambo in a muhia eye NDC for led by Madi Jibril me bra baako ono okase na mobakaya President John Dramani Mahama betse kunwa so no o share Ghana for Bobby chese ye fa social contracts or the nano na de share yebo say wonya ba bemi within 21 days or the nyoma baako mienu miensa enan enum insia nson nwotwe nkron edu du baako du bienu chese mako eduonu enum 25 say within the first 120 days obeye enti 120 days ne so ye empo opa abedjokuo bi se omonhwe na saa 120 days na wache no nyomo de gu akwam se obeye no omonhwe na saa nyoma no enwie peyo enti President John Dramani Mahama the 120 days na so no de abetudwa say 120 days no nyomo ka se obeye no ebi o ho a waye ebi also a we free say we do some percentage bi ebi also a on share say kura na eno no on wa hwa just say it's about 74%. You share 100% na so on there we yim 74% on wa hwa grade B na wetumi aye isansa nyomo ka so beye no so the goods and yeni a waye mu 74%. Na eno ebeto odwei ena nkrofo atwetwe nsami ya atwetwe there's a CDD e de omode buy institutions bebre every sa 120 day social contract no na eno na CDD so de buy say o man penny 120 days social contract na woni Ghana for sign no nyuma okasa obeye no yen CDD yehwemu a uye mu 23% untumi mbeka se uye mu 74% yen as an institution yehwemu a 23.13% pe na otumi ye na Joy News enso omu ye bi omuso omu ye sa omu grade His Excellency John Dramani Mahama omuso omu man 52%. Etina say institution bia ni grade a na say the percentage a or the ma abanye tiswe 120 day social contract with Ghanaians. It is asemi ebetodwa ma yebubo mu pa. Na wotwi mu aso na bepieja se ebetodwa se Anas Arimeyaw Anas ene Honorable Kennedy Akompre Kokwati Abwe Kwame Japan omo nsem bia omo kodi wo US memu na before say asem we ba beto dwa na ye beti bi no nsemi beto dwa mfa be 1 to 2 months ago say Anas edi nkunim wo Kenya Japan so honorable say so to $18 million isan say honorable Kenya Japan akan sembia ensam fata afa Anas ho na Anas etama asem no na so tebiri asem de kodu court so de kodu court no ono na reliefs no ope $30 million choppable dollars, American dollars. And the cover say 80 million. Na no, sasa mbeto dwa no na ano no. Honorable Kenya Japan, the lawyer, and as the lawyers, miampo me frère Raphael Japan lawyer. No chemso odame. Forget it. Na esem ni ndi wie. Enye sa akra na nkrofo arashi de abetu dwa say 80 million. Honorable Kenya Japan ni 80 million bia to ema obia asem ye wi a ni ye behu. Na si yo. Ayo. Then there. Na nsenya na otwe etwemu ya na se na otwe ewomi. And there ye ne memre ndei. Na beto dwa say asem no US court asa atena so. Omo tena so no. Je say omo hwehwe nse no pense mu no. Honorable Kennedy akompro ko Japan ye bon ka poly $500 as a washer and do 10,000 cedis kra o de bagane sikemu a endu 10,000 cedis $500 na obetuama Anas then ye preacher on say e ba ne sen because some kroyai who can be Wagana ha Emanas at the court High Court in Kusiaga Honorable Kenya Japan din kunimo ho Anas at the Supreme Court Honorable Kenya Japan edin kunimo ho na ukoka bi wo US memu no Anas de kogu so ho no na ho de esitua $500 nti Honorable Kenya Japan a lawyers eni age papa chese oni a lawyers no kasa behind the scenes a omo chese Anas omo de omo kan so omo di nsunkuni ma ne sa ba Anas so da bi o ono de it is not about sikano, it is not about the sikanamo justice prevail and na amane ni age ho na Ghana court no etina ase no na Ghana court no share say Anas yi nanim na omundi asem no na wanyi nanim nti na ma judge no na judge form wa Ghana ha no omuka say Honorable Kenya Japan kofie ko di uyire eduane kofie kwadwen ho kra kofie kwadwen ho and so US memu de Anas court share so be oyi nanim no oyi nanim momudi asem no Anas on the justice no pe say etumi kra ebu Honorable Kenya Japan for say nsemo kaka fa no ho no oni njina so bia no no cry enough for him. Nti Honorable Kenya Japan any Anas Arimeyo Anas omo nsemo mkodi wo US memo no say ena ekosie no my Ghana asa yeti asem de asa ye de asa ye de asa eni ajase eni nje esidi no Ghana sidi no jese asa no ho ye din kakran na otwe etwemi na otwe ye womi oh sidi ni ko nanim dollar ne de ukasa dollar ba fom a enye no kre esanse $1 is still $1 ejina baby ejina enko baby ya ne mom ye sidi no na no ho ye din na ofro kakra esidi no sisi a wuyi $1 na opese onye sidi wo mu a betumi nya cd no be say 12 cd some coins bi gu echire anampo be sia me first be ba 11 anesa oh tina say cd no ho yeden cd no ho yeden na no na guta Ghana Union of Traders Association guta for ese edwadifo na yedidwa na nka se yekwa kodidwa na se ye kra no ma ese $100 na yedi kokra no ma first na ne bo no wo soro isi aba for me na chese automatically ne maso aba form kakra nti good campaign for se anka dwadifo mo hwere mo ntete ne maso kakra nanso enema boa na ekosoro oh Ghana for $1 no kosoro a nka ne mo ntwen yo na nka dia wom se po ne atoso nanso eba for me sidi no ehu ye din guta mpenifo se ka mo hwe we dia de srede nso idwodifo se lie ye ne omne bebre na ye old stock $1 ni free asese eba for no ye nkodu idwa bia wo bebia nti old stock ne de $1 sidi ane bo den ye de kofa anoma no nti ye ntumi ntiti so seisei nti omoma ye kwan ama Professor John Gatti kraba be kabi say sidi no gain strength and I appreciate the dollar no reduction of prices there about take time and bagidi yet is say adraba for crass on baba titi ka akonche kan say lord feso nanso yanche ho hwe nso dollar equal soro na petrol equal soro ka obehu Paul ni dom odame me yankasa na dollar na kosoro na fu ekosoro odame ma me kwan odame meba studio ho je manfi ni kura mehu aso no abegina se kinkring eso fu ekofom sisia OMCC ni bi okra na 12 series 79 pesos per liter abafom enso Paul ni dom Pauli na me boldin Pauli ni dom William Osei aka Pauli Concerned Drivers Association chairman ene Moro ene muhui jese de bia enkongu ye honko an ye pe eko from the Pauli from you so that me my kasa my member studio and they on frame me enti edwodifo ene adrabafo muhu ye mobo kakra nneoma na abafom a na muso mu de abafom nanso Ghana dwadini infasodie puduo ene ye pe tie nti so da nanso ina na yenim na Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Tokunu Saki ninsemu a epiepia ma ya brobroso enura ena abedwaku a President John Dramani Mahama etiye Supreme Court judges mienu ene ye kan say ordinary Ghanaians enso miensa just a 5-member committee and as a court they say mbibi atwem deputy state attorney and deputy attorney general Justice Srams sai o ma echi asese e court anisa nti on betena se na we di no ne lawyers aba no mo atututu bia no ndra ene sa badwuku no etena se na eno ena Chief Justice ayeyi ne si nchen ne lawyers esrese anka asem no yenye ne live no ko bia nhwe bi no bia ntie bi near who exactly what is happening in the court. And so the boy Asem no etugui. Na no na group being so a file suits. It was Supreme Court. Say you be suspend it and I say you be jai sa probe no any removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Saki Isabas Tokunu. I don't know. I file it. Yente hun sem bia. No mun probe no de enra omotenase. Sami Jemfi Esquire. And as a lawyer, Sami Jemfi. Just say, now what you wajene home na pa. Ye discuss ya branche pa. Ya kan hunsam pa. Hey! Dabi. Krache. We the air ding. Now chimu. Sami Jemfi. Hey! Just say, a member can be na presidency. So can be chief of staff. Ane Felix Kwacho Fosu. Hey! Any professors, university dons, journalists, panelists, politicians. Oh, Debbie. And then Essie. Ora Sami Jemfi Esquire. No. Ukopiem we ye. Ase. Prophet Nigel Gezi. Ne papa na mame. Ayen papa be ne mame. Eyi ase. No ba beko. Ena Honorable Dr. Evangelist Obosomfo ba agrada ba fefe ose Honorable Mami Petre Sam Jemfi on you honorable nanso agrada friend honorable nti sa na ebeka no Sam Jemfi do ne came kofa sika o kind of show says can air fresh the sound no me sound na am do then it's kind of shout aha no say be me yiska wa kan sika ni bia ena ode ma evangelist agrada ode man evangelist oh honorable di na ma me ana ye de ti we na wo de ma me ana ye de no hwim nia Sami Jemfi kan ye no san je nia wakan ne ka ho hey kama mi neni ade wo hwe sabre na ohwim sika otum say Sami Jemfi kura nim sesan but he was kind of surprised smiling but you could read from his face he was surprised otumi anka ho hwe eja ne maami anesa na ne sister peni anesa nti otumi anka ho hwe no ndie otene came boom away na echira Asem oh debi Ghana yenya Asem ba kwa ye ba wi ebinim se ye interdict Sami Jemfi ebinim se ye suspending no ebinim se ye investigate ebinim se hey then esia akoche dollars ebi say $10,000 if you charge send cry agrada say $10,000 eche or say $800 but mama agrada sika ne de enye $800 o $800 ebru 800 eno na enura kwabramafo ka say enye 800 nanso ndu 10,000 nti eno no ye chro science greater than less than and say equal to a ye be the same uchro 800 no ha no watch 100 e watch 10,000 the sign no e be less than and I say greater than see when you is greater than 800 but less than 10,000 the sign no e be ko say nti kobra machrew na no just mpenifu akasa wo ho MPP ankasa as a party akasa wo ho led by Nana B Henry Nana Boache Square Sasuna minority in parliament Honorable Ralph Poku Edusei or ye Bekwai constituency MP led by Onono Odi any minority firm also ka say there's a yen suspend a brent ya asa ni ahwehwem na numu and a presidency e dey communicate we betu dwa na ye betie ti dia Honorable Felix Kwachi Ofosu e dey semi tu dwa o presidency hono as to kwanya yen fa so ana se Sami Jemfi ye dey ne be fa so yen tie no sisi ya yen tie
That in the immediate aftermath of the emergence of the video, Mr. Sami Jemfi promptly issued an apology in which he expressed regret over the matter and took on board public concerns raised overseas. A day after that, the Chief of Staff summoned him to the presidency to learn about what transpired. The invitation was honored by Mr. Sami Jemfi. He indicated to the Chief of Staff what his side of the story is, what explanation there is for what we all saw in the video. At the time, President Mama was out of the country, so he had to be briefed on the discussions held with Mr. Sami Jemfi by the Chief of Staff. And he has been briefed. Now, the view is that, to begin with, the presidency acknowledges Mr. Sami Jemfi's immediate act of contrition and the acknowledgement of the need to express regrets over that incident. So that apology has been taken on board. You do recall that when President Obama launched the Code of Conduct, he said that one of the remedies for any potential breach was a public apology. He also said one of the potential remedies was a caution from the highest levels of government. After the interaction with the Chief of Staff, the Chief of Staff cautioned him, having acknowledged the apology he made, he cautioned him and impressed upon him to take on board public sentiment and act in ways that reflect public expectation. The Chief of Staff also took the opportunity to reissue the same caution that the President had sent to all appointees to be circumspect in their conduct. There may be things that may be commonplace in our private lives, but once you become a public official, you need to be sensitive to public expectation, and therefore that ought to guide the way that you order your steps. So in view of that, presidency does not believe that any further action ought to be taken beyond the apology and the caution. And we all take a cue from it and are going to do better in order to meet the expectations of the Ghanaian public. We value feedback. We are aware that Ghanaians expect high standards in the performance of our duties as public officials. We remain committed to meeting those high standards to ensure that we deliver the best of governance to our people who have been long suffering in the last few years under poor governance. So that is what I have for you. It is not deemed at this moment necessary to take further action beyond what has already been done. And Mr. Asem Yideka has committed to ensuring that such an incident does not recur.
Enti say and presidency de asem no ebetu dwa. Na before presidency bekasa no abranche baako etebiri asem de call Shraj Sanka yenhwehwem. And so presidency de betu dwa say no further action ought to be taken against Sami Jemfipe. Na branche say chire makwa koyi ma redraw Shraj probe na kamisi yen probe Sami Jemfino. So married draw. Na no and MPP minority in parliament say that be omo de omo ntiase nti omo petition police omo petition Shraj say asem no omo de omo njem still yankoso enhwehwem enti say na otwi de owura Sami Jemfi waje ne home na pa ati ase waje ne home na eno na on Facebook live Benu Anthony was hey Mr. Host, you guys are still talking about Sami Jemfi for more than 2 weeks and you are not tired. Anyway, do 2 weeks there, but say tired and then you're tired in there. I cannot speak to it. It's here, see the under me can na. Say the BBA be essence presidency akasa. Nti wa won't ya say to say minority no. But to me actually appropriate quarters bia na omahwem. Nti no. Anyway, we KK Kasua from American Town, Kenke House, aka Hawaba. As a Mahama NDC have failed Ghanaians on their campaign promises. Dumso Galamsey high cost prices, revoke appointments. The wood try no when you're trying to the comma to I say can rama. Anyway, now the big issue.
Audio. Oh. Mabe amo no kude. Surabi bano kube fika odido. Amo no kwae. Surabi bano kwae kodomo odido. Audio. Oh. Audio. Oh. Surabi takwa ngaba na demigo amagan de tim gbalio. Audio. Oh. Surabi takwa ngaba na demigo amagan de tim gbalio. Kokwe sukuve no jo na jemo. Na konku mara magan de tia. Bia kokpo ku sandelao na tomba. Bia kokpo ku no via ojo jemo. Jini goga jem kono. Bia kokpo ku no via ojo jemo. Jini goga jem kono. Lo ai choma na Surabi ku fofo de rao sogbele chome. Mkuvi bia che Surabi ku fofo de rao sogbele chome. Mkuvi bia che kaka wa gbra jigare jo kore. Kopoku no bia o soji udo. Surabi va jego wadara me ome. Seka okwa soji uma. Jiu kwa vivoya yesi mebele mele muka agbon vivonyawa. Inanisia sobu. Kokuwa sonyi kopune surabi. Eyo gomeno mugoto. Auno bla wabito nu blasikere. Jamkaka bla gogo dade. Surabi amevwa menye. Ele nyaklo eke ona bara. Usotu glareji. Ore kukwa letane. Na me kwa me no na gomene ote uya so ido gomene waso domenu amana me o to me do yo la ipenekla waso me kan so do yo me so da bi ahare ame onu lo ahada na me o so kora ya wa me se me le mu tento lu kaka nkuvi dan lo le tanti alago me ti woro woro fufu ode ha be la nubo benu kaka la de ko futu posun benu ide aju gbachinu yaga nipo de baba gbera to me lo ya o ipo lo atepe ai o ija me le pe pa oro itokulo ko ija ya me ai se aga suma inu akwaito abaware beje je suma inu akwaito
The big issue on our table today.
Sura bibano kube fika odido.
Amano kwae. Sura bibano kwae podomo odido.
Nit FM Neo.
Odio.
Seka sedum shaba ebese wonchase. Seka sedum shaba ebeno mo se debi na suwanoba. Swabo, seka sedum swaba, ebise wancha sedum swaba, seka sedum swaba, ebino musideni, jidum sorry, ere say aze, ejumemu, adisemu, rehawa maima, nansuanoba, jum, so, jum, swabo. Seka sedum swaba, ebise wancha sedum swaba. Seka sedum swaba, ebino musideni, jidum sorry, ere say aze, ejumemu, adisemu, rehawa maima, nansuanoba, jum, so, jum, swabo. Seka sedum swaba, ebise wancha sedum swaba. Seka sedum swaba, ebino musideni.
Nit FM Neo.
The big issue on our table today. Ghana, ye energy sector no. Honorable John Jinapo, JJ, Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo, who currently energy minister. Yakwe Kakra, who a ranking member on the Energy Select Committee of Parliament. Esankwe Chia, who a energy minister. Pen. Esankwe Chibiomwa, why deputy energy minister. Inti energy ehone die. Honorable John Jinapo, JJ. Unni excuse biya. Unni excuse biya. In fact, one kasa won sama wake kampo. Honorable, se kasa ye boa. Eye bedema. Efano sidia yen toto ye energy sensem. Nti honorable. Afia ba ne sen. Ene ba ne sen, na ko ba ne sen. Because won sem ni bia wo keka mpo atwam no, wo kire se nya to abama wa. Ne de adesua no asoa. Nti whatever the case is, you have to fix it. Ye lamentations. And ye kasakasa. CCI, what are you doing? Honorable JJ. Are you lamenting? Are you also lamenting? Unsam na okaka no Honorable JJ. Upese Ghana for ye den. Upese Ghana for ye den. Ye hia light. Ye hia kanea enyinema hoden e de aboye bra. Ha adwun o. Ha adwun papa. Ha adwun wa wunsama waka. Wo se ehu hia se ye de abanhya wonsa wo be kasa problem wo ho nti ne ato aba ma wo se brand na be solve afi wo ba ya ene nda se na yediko na yese yo nti I mean grofo se yenye den wo pese ye den ama former PLC board member baako Mr. Ejokum Hene can be chill. So fix the power crisis and stop the excuses. Yay. The light in Sem, Honorable John Abdullah Jinapo, who see Ghana for yan den. Dear, that's what Abamo. Ye yan say yankani a bejina so. And so Tese we wun yo twin yadwa wun ye area bi na wunja area bi enkra hanom obi otiemi bia bedi dase se edum no ne yakoso no wa ha ne de ewura ha ne edum no wonwran basa secho bisi basa hu se ebedum dio se ebeso dio se ebe ende yo Nanso yen energy minister ono ase ya de ade jawa na ya de asoa your job is to fix it nanso ya de tina ekunwa isui afia atone akasakasa yentie ni kasa ne baako yentie bi ansa obekasa me na meti bebi na me kasakasa yentie bi
As if that is not enough, what you call the reserve margin, which is a necessity, because you just don't bring plants to meet exactly what you consume. What if one plant goes up for maintenance or any situation? That is not also part of the tariff structure. More importantly, the tariff itself, ECG, is unable to collect all the monies. And so you're having a deficit of about 2 billion cedis every month when it comes to ECG's collections. When you add that deficit and you add the fuel, which is not part of the pass-through, you are looking at over 30 billion. KWADWO has just sent us a letter that by 18th, they will shut down the project because we owe them more than 400 million. IPPs alone, we owe them $1.7 billion. And so it's serious. I must be frank with you, Chairman, today as I sit here this morning, my headache is how to get the next parcel of liquid fuel. The fuel will have to take us 2.6 days. We've placed order for fuel, but it has to be paid. We've procured some fuel on credit and working with the Ministry of Finance to pay. But the truth is that the Ministry of Finance also has its limits. And so we're going to Cabinet to discuss how we can improve on the sector. And that is why we are pushing for some private sector participation in ECG's operations. It does not entirely solve the problem, but it takes us to another level. Because if the collections are reduced from the 40% to say 5%, it means that we'll be collecting more. Cabinet has also adopted a position, and will brief you, Chairman. All MMDs are supposed to pay for the electricity bills. We have to budget for it. We've identified what we call critical institutions. They include the health sector, the education sector, the security agencies, and the presidency. Even with that, so if you take the health sector, it's the theaters, the laboratories, the wards that will be exempted. If you take the education institutions, dormitories are not part, restaurants are not part, only lecture theaters. So we'll classify that. The cabinet is granting approval and will publish that. Even what we term as critical institutions, the Ministry of Finance will have to budget for it and pay. Yesterday I was listening to a news item where Ghana Water made a complaint that because of some erratic power situation, they are unable to supply adequately. I empathize with them, and I think that what we've inherited, we should improve it. And the other note is that Ghana Water has been paid even 1 cedi for 7 months. We need that money to stabilize the power. If you don't pay 1 cedi for 7 months, and it compounds to 1 billion, the power sector will not be stable. The private sector or ordinary citizens alone cannot be called upon to shoulder the burden. The water is produced, the water is sold. ECG must collect the monies, and as minister, I will insist that ECG should collect the monies. The taxpayers' money should not be used to subsidize ECG's inability to collect the monies. Ghana Water must collect its monies. It sells the water. I consume water, I pay for it. I consume electricity, I pay for it. This is the only way we can bring about efficiency and turn the sector around. I also charge ECG to give us a roadmap to sustain the lives at the distribution level. They've given me some indication that because of the rains, and I say that in other countries when it rains, they don't have the kind of outages we experience here. So we should begin to see some improvement. Also in the Kumasi area, we've done some improvement. And I'm charging Energy Commission, and they're here to give me a weekly report on the situation. Let me emphasize, and I'm serious about this. If we find out that any administrative officer, be it director, general manager, area manager, if we find out and the evidence points that you are not working in tandem with your laid down procedure, you are either lazing around or sabotaging the system, you'll be sacked. And I'm clear about that. But if I don't sack you, I'll be sacked. So I would want to appeal to you, Chairman, and appeal to committee members so that all of us should work together. The biggest problem confronting the sector is a financial challenge. We inherited more than $3 billion of debt to power generation companies alone. If you put all the debt together, it was about 80 billion. What has brought it down now is the improvement in the currency, because a lot of the debt is foreign denominated and dollar denominated. So as the currency improves, it also reduces the debt burden. But I want to thank the finance minister in particular. I've always been at his office, knocking at his door. I want to appeal to him. Don't be afraid of that.
Wei Honorable John Jinapo. Just Indra Nanansen ya nsɛm ɔde bɛtu dwa ɛfa ECG anaasɛ yɛnim aho nkanea no ɛbra ɔbɔ wɔ na ɛno na yɛbisa nsɛ why ɛno no wobɛka kyerɛ saa na yɛde ayɛden yɛse kɔ hɔ na kɔ fixe na yɛntie abere bi a na ɔwɔ position nsɛm bi ɔka fa ECG losses ɔmo make wɔn ti de osifa kan no yɛntie
year by year basis. And it's the duty of leadership. I don't hire the ECGMB. I don't constitute the board. I don't constitute PURC. So when you go and fail and you give us this abysmal performance, don't turn around and say government is me anymore. I'm not part of it. The losses have been increasing on a year by year basis. And it's the duty of leadership. I don't hire the ECGMB. I don't constitute the board. I don't constitute PURC. So when you go and fail and you give us this abysmal performance, don't turn around and say government is me anymore. I'm not part of it. When President
No, you are.
wins,
You are a ranking member
in
of
our
parliament.
first 100
no,
days,
but hold on, Ron.
when we win,
you know what my brother speaks?
in our first 100 days,
okay.
we would address these losses and bring it down. And I'm telling you, we have what it takes to do that because we've done it before. Two is this CJ itself is not able to collect the money. The losses is moved from 22% to 40%, what they call ATCC. So that's a major.
When okay, say NDC winia on the first 100 days. Oh, so I should see na obesolve. Na fe de mawa. Anyway, yankwa humano so ne obi a wakwadare wo energy nsensemu. Jese abri na ye ndi nkomo pa se yenyina munkania no issues bi ba ho impo se ye petro ene ye diesel ye fango no issues bi ba ho a ono a na ye dan no na ye ndi nkomo na no pay on my exactly what is happening ewo energy ministry ho so ni ho mpo a enim se ono de owo industry ni mu no owo fair idea and information about it intina anope yasre ni se omebua yen na nsem ni bia ekoso no yenti ase enti owura kodwonsa fopoku ya muachi edeba Neat FM so
Amejo so da me do so minyu da etese
nyame adom yeda se we bisa pa na wo nso ohumpo tese ni
o me humpo ngoko ja be pie kwabre se we yi kitwa bia no paint no me wasante mamu
oh okay eye de kitwa ni mo befize kitwa so na ende me frɛ lawyer ba ko bi me frɛ no ahmachi o ne yembo 6 ye na meti kugurugugugugugugugu dem se no na o che yo se odame me we yi ase o na asetimem de sa na eye no wa nkwa utiate nti eye de kuma bi anim all right owura kodwo no pay ye frɛ wa ye pese ye nya ntiase bi wo yen energy nsensesi dia ekɔ no ewo mu a na se wo kan edum na aba engina so na wonra bi kura low current ne ade eye minister eye honorable John Abdullah Jinapo ena o kasese yedede kabi enti na ama sanioma no eba enti yen ya oboy amane no o se yen yeden
medawase say machia wetiefo empempi no makase eya car ye de anoka no enya accident because the car na yemfa mawa so wo the car na mamia me ku speed me bukev na mafaha ye the car ni mawo na ye ka te twika da ana obehu sen enye mreta say ye papa yinua honorable Jinapo owo opposition no o kan sem bebre menini kura ku shia wo metro or can say omoba within 100 days no government will ring all the debt of ECG and make sure say they will prefer solutions to solve the energy sector problem. And and then 2 days wakushia your friend is saying subcommittee on parliament. Wakushia subcommittee on parliament or no let me feel say anke holiday or then 120 days 4 months away minister no obeye accounts kakra ebunkunta kakra akire wo mo aka enyoma onu atumi aye no koye no nsema koto odwane say complain na owo opposition oye no eno ana stella no oye ya nti enyoma obeye minister 4 months no watumi aye eno na me feel say it's a missed opportunity because me to me njina hanka say bia onye hwe but one can kire me the ulti ministry or the wire me amiti hemi hu in the media foi you will be a free busa and say kojo minister say your friend is say my 3 days spare you can ya be do because they need fuel and I'm say when can so minister call parliament no asem ho kan no and no kire say over 7 January no na you need fuel obeka aka 3 days and then May awatena 4 months no o san beka say aka 3 days now why na obesa o ka sa 7 no you go blame no
mebo kojo mami ka bibi kakra 7th January one car 3 days so or say 5 hours.
Okay, 5 hours. 5 hours. It's made me feel say the engagement with the subcommittee, was a missed opportunity. He should have been able to tell us Ghanaians and the subcommittee the achievements that in the last 4 months, or by a way. Because in some all can a car a woman ministry or ECG for a car omote any shortfalls there. We all know that. That canon is annual man. It's nothing new. And I think it's about time one. You all can and your ma why you ministry or and then your ma obey a tray. Now in summer you need any that we should move on from that.
Yes, sir. Opening Jinapo or move away from lamentations,
Well, it doesn't solve the problem. Yeah, manifesto. MPP manifesto, NDC manifesto. Your manifesto ye can you be bria say ye the 2 minima ye be. And then ye the 2 minima also me nine. And you may want manifesto more in energy a dear bena what to me. Those are the things that I think Ghanaians want to know. Obeka Ghana for say in 3 days, full of better. I don't think it's something Ghanaians want to know because we know Obi Achina Abemu 8 months every day, the lights were on. But and light back off. Maybe a Chamuna Mekase, the light back off. There is what is called a localized fault. So there be antisa na localized fault be any baby you do so. Meaning senra okay ya. PR Ruby Kotina Kumasi say impete. And Emma Kania Edundumu Ashanti region.
Yes. There
was a story.
Mi hui papa.
Impete.
Yes, pete.
Na yeti krom hayido afina impete bagana na.
Says ya pete no omu ni insulator ni bio omu nano ye insulator na free which is omu kakabo.
Impete bagana ene.
And yen
and why is it that all of a sudden we are getting to hear say impete equals the problem? I'm not saying it's not possible, but these are some of the things that last year and some years you have cast a localized problems. Nobody wants to hear it. Why is it that all of a sudden Obi Fuse also can localize problem herself? So it's a buy the budget, no any ban. Yeah, you can't tell localized fault. All man yantum. It's in the night of the Ghana 42.
Enti Ura Kodwe, who ye industry player. Then pa na ekoso ama ban ontumi engineer na naso wo enam kane mu nsensem then na ekoso
minya eka eda ho ne de obi antumi ka se sa eka do eni ho ECG sika omojeje no eni sika e wo se omojeje no ebo abura there is about 40% losses at say the engineer minister editu dwa no. But knowing the problem, we need solutions. The problems were there in December. The problems were there in January. The question is, why are the problems still there in May? Say, a Juma, Emma Kanya Ninja Sono, a be a full anywhere in your scancoto, a be a gasa Emma because they do because. Those were the problems last year. Who solutions? Let's see the solutions and implement them. I think that's what Ghanaians are looking for.
Enti question me bisa no why answer in a way, but let me bisa say then pa ne wo ho like what is the issue? The person who say issue.
The issues are the problems. All the things my brother Honorable Jinapo is talking about are the problems. The inefficiency of ECG. The ECG also collecting maybe 2.8 billion Ghana cedis. They are collecting maybe only 1.4. So there is about 1.4 billion Ghana cedi shortfall. And oba yenyes can talk us. And oba yenyes can nyoma bebre. And oba yenyeska nyoma bia e o se ye. Me pacho tia tie. It's and no a problem. And those are the challenges is been there.
Okay.
But say going forward, there should be a solution. We can't keep going back to the problem. Entina yemu bi eka say you be supporting government we know. I'm not implementing the private sector participation at the retail level where you be jisikano the private sector beba abe billing at jiska. Because those are the solutions.
Okay.
But oba bemu now be committee. The problems are you and the solutions that we know no. Now what the committee, not committee in the 3 months. The same thing we knew before naturally. You've wasted 3 months. It's yes. In some all cano. Obianka said that is not the problem. Those are the problems. But what some of us are saying is some problems no even that. What now hot 3 months? Again why you have problems now?
And you know say abai onim problems no but they are only dancing around it.
Well, Minya, until they come to tell us differently, no, because of what say be a win. And I think sir, I don't the last 4 months, if you guys engage the minister, maybe he can tell us what he's done. You're telling cannot be candy now Okaso there, then we can say that he's dancing around. But he needs to come again and tell us what he's done in the last 4 months.
Okay. Yani Owura Kojo Nsafapoku or your energy experts or your industry player and kasa nene di nkomo afa Owura John Jinapo energy minister issues bi ode abatudwa efa ne yanyinam kane ho ewe edundum no na news bi su by say car power as serve notice say they will shut down our plant no by 18 May next China Sunday due to about $400 million bia yadi omuka eno so no kra ben ewom
sa Canada nyomu pe na aban de omuka o she asogle edum the plant somewhere in September because aban de car power aban de car all the other companies are omuye electricity no kawo adentina kane baye se de medika kan ye no se obi no anyina mahode no na e wo se ECG koji 2.8 billion Ghana cedis ECG ebia oje 1.4 billion pe into 1.4 billion of the money no ashi e wo se obi ko hwehwe no tua companies are yede omoka no omoka se omo pe sika nyina sisi awo ati omo pa ne se obemma omo arehwemu. Now, a plan to pay the money.
Okay.
In Tinipano, Sakano, Ewo Ansana Oba. Oba, a dear Bepono, and only see about a car or dinner. It is up a catcher with a car power of 17 notice. The oil channel 400 million, no, or be shut it down. A chemi say, Oba, only you see pro. Because Obia, Odine Kabia, only you see pro. Na o catch any say minya medoka but ajobre osumi bia no mama 40 cities osumi bia no mama 100 cities na bosumi national disease kanema na I don't think so beba be catch say odum the plant because I tell you obi adeka but otekano is not a problem. Your ability to service the debt is a problem. Nipa na ode ne kan frewa obefa eno na e problem. Nipa na ode o kano e frewa se bra na e kana ye no ye ndwendwene ho obekọ eno ne na ye issue. Say ode obi ka na frewa na wonfa. Obi de obi ka ohwehwe oba yesu ni ho. Eno na magufo ba.
Okay.
But they make out yourself.
Yeah, chance pa.
It's so we be ka say if car power should be doing the planter. Car power have always expected down between plants. But a casade, any a pussy, any inshare, and a mano in doom the plant. It's our minister, no, any a buying, no, what can I say? Now almost structure the payment.
Now, and ye be a car power, and so on. So, Jana say, and ba announced when Hunye Mukakrana or Bohenya Kakrana.
Send aside a chair, that's all would be a cardiac there, will be a new hope. Nobody wants to be owed. But again, nobody owes the bank away. To be or the bank can be a bank kamana. Bank makes money from debt. Or the bank car and a bank in Yanfaso. So be and the bank car. Bank in the okay. Ekadie companies no omunim say den a ekabe wom. But on expect say e be out in the car umfi no. There should be a plan to get rid of the debt.
Okay.
That's the most important part.
Okay.
But now, no, if they are threatening, that means there's no plan.
Okay. Now, car power say China 18th May say omudum na so ben na bebo.
I don't think so. I don't think so, Midum. No. I honestly don't think. I think there has been a conversation. Almost by Minister Khan say or Norma Kasa. I think say the Mekano Kasa dedi idea here. But if the party free or throw letter or reply or cancel between media, then you come to the meeting. I think say there's been a meeting and I don't think the car power is going to shut down.
So Obikai wusum brother and wusum kodu. Na basi ye dum na isusu ben na beba o man so.
Basi ye dum na there will be parts of the country that will experience outages because car power is about 450 megawatts. And if car power goes off, maybe we can bring on other plants. But I don't think it will be enough to make it up. We might experience some power outages in the country if car power goes off.
Owura Kodwonsa Fopoku anope shishi yedase se wachechense mu amaye.
Bismidasi.
Yane Owura Kodwonsa Fopoku oye energy expert. Asanso ye industry player na freno na wachechense maye. Ye energy minister nkura all boy. No se Ghana for ye yeden. Enti na ma yede Owura Kodwonsa Fopoku the big issue on our table today. Yinam kania hunsem edi enya tete yen hayen.
Neat FM Neo. Utie oha extra punk no. Neat FM.
Seka se dum shaba ebese wontiase. Seka se dum shaba ebe no mo se debi so wanoba dum so dum shaba seka se dum shaba ebe se woncha se dum shaba seka se dum shaba ebe no mo se debi dum sorry every say aze ejumemo adisemu rehawo maima nanso wanoba dum so dum sabo seka se dum saba ebi se wancha se dum saba seka se dum saba ebi no se deni dum sorry every say aze the best station in the capital adisemu rehawo maima nanso wanoba dum so dum sabo seka se dum saba ebi se wancha se dum saba seka se dum saba ebi no se deni.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Twem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya John to ma me ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afi bia so beri ni waware ni a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. We den kan no tumu ho. Me be mo anu ansu wo hye kura dia ka ho. Wo hwe dia wapi ho. O ka se batete e da fom won. This
All right. Enti the big issue. We are done with the big issue. Now, Supreme Court in some Kosovo, Efano, removal of Chief Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokuno, Group B, and so Afali suits at the same Supreme Court say almost halt the removal of the Chief Justice. No, yene lawyer Bakusu Bedin Komo na ya say. Sa group ya mo afale this suit irrelevant ehun hia aye late and aye late bet me make any impact ana as see a probe no crash start na afi no mo afale sa suit no bet me nya any impact Yanko ahoma no so ne ye ne lawyer Kwame Adofo ending komo. Oye private legal practitioner. Law, ya mwachi de bani FM Asem Yideka program so.
Ye nua wo.
Na ye pacho yesre bisa anopempo uhu etisen.
Me ho ye pa. Somo ho ye.
Yeso ye hu ye papa ye da so se we bisa. Law, ensem a ye no hu bedi nkomo bi kan ye onim sem de da. Ye chief justice a ye yi ne si nchen na ye hwehwe ne nsem mu se bubo na akwakotena fie mbu ambone so a wobetena ne kunwa so. Probe no a start a 5-member committee president etiye Supreme Court a judge for mienu na ye say ordinary Ghanaians so miensa akoka ho no. Probe na afiase na enkrofo bi anase Chief Justice Aloyes ne stress anka yenye no live telecast na obi anhwe bi eno no enyamba so your take on that ansana yakọ group no nso so
minia menchia wa menchia tifo no hefo na memo biachi. Look, I was surprised, but not really surprised. I was surprised in the sense requested by from the Chief Justice himself, no. Nesenka committee ni grantee. But I'm not really surprised. Said Oman grantee because Ombek comes in SCSC, you know, in camera. And therefore, because of that, you know, it's been telecast, MOBA. But let me say, and as I say, Nipana matter no a concern, you know, I requested say should be televised live, no. Nesenka Omoma Coin. Obia who feel piffy at the cry almost Chief Justice now. Because it's such a heavy thing to do. It's a big deal to say to remove a Chief Justice. The evidence must be absolutely clear, beyond all doubt, as what you may remove Chief Justice. And there are people who will spin it for the propaganda, baby. And he announced that the Kediba, Philly, Kadoti, and will be a huya, and Kabebwa. And she will say, almost a confidentiality. You see, keeping confidential.
Hokwana Kameba say, why are you in doubt? Because why are you surprised? Because I don't know, you say a secret. Even petition you cry and fan betuja. In the Kodi home and come why then now. You fan betuja.
But petition, you see, at a bontin that you need Sadi Pekua or petition.
I don't hear speculations.
Definitely, it's a fact. Miami, you have to do some agency. Any breaking news in the face. Oh, sister says,
yes, the Kaipa.
Statistic kind of details. A chain, actual petition in a barbon. And also, you know, the Chief Justice responses to barbon. It is a petition and semi room at that one team. Chief Justice responses to that one team. They are not confidentiality, baby.
Sir, the confidentiality, sir, na yemra way constitution.
And I make say, but the actual at that one anyway. So, what is there to protect? There's no secret to protect anymore. The secret is already out. And the secret is already out there. Why are you not making everything else public? So there be a menu, feel, Katoti. Even who say, KWADWO no, Omasem no, room, and I say Ninasu. Your stakeholders, your citizens, your stakeholders, your interest in the position or the office as office of a Chief Justice. You know, stakeholders.
Yes, stakeholders. Yes, you know, stakeholders. Na se ebetodwa se yehwe se Chief Justice otiho petitioner o se petitioner si omo ho ne na ehu omo nipa ban omo ya emfa otan bi embegu omo so.
Chief Justice na kasa na request. Say to the Bayer, pay. To be a Bayatum said, pay, STT. Woman in my life. And yes, so no crack as one very soon. One can say, lawyers narrow question. In Kibanas idea, not even a home female. Because the BBI can be a good home BBI. It's already out. Also, the responses is already out. And there's no need for any confidential hearing.
Na ebeye den na committee no just omo empene say aden bebe live.
Well, many more reasons I would mind in refusing. But Omaka, Matis say they said no. And it's almost no there. Actually, maybe they will tell us the entire almost a company come under my life.
Yani lawyer Kwame Adofo na Edin Komoi. Ye share Chief Justice remover ya Ndra pe 5-member committee no atenase ya omuhwehwe ensem num. Na ya kaya Deputy Attorney General Kra Mayeti asese ye court anesa a obi ade na lawyers petitioners be de omo lawyers beba saa so na Chief Justice so the lawyers beba no more crosses ame into ye court eno na ye ne lawyer Kwame Adofo di hunkomo na lawyer mbre group ya omo file suit at the Supreme Court say ye be halt the removal of Chief Justice and yet too late.
Mrs. Suse, at this stage it's too late because process not started that. Process not starting. Very difficult to stop it. I can't start here for and can you and there's rules. But I didn't start it. Petitioner no respondents no almost object here. Now it was a stakeholders here. Now mumuna outside no. Any petition because we more generic say only a petition on your party to the actual case. And Mano Eluku say, at this stage, it's probably too late for any court to stop them.
Na, omono omu jina mbrabi so, ena omode yase umbetum dia a hot sa processing.
In fact, the basis of their writ. And I'm not in a position to answer that question, except to say, they will be thrown out because you can't go to Supreme Court without having a solid basis for that. And we are sure say they must have a marabi homogeneous. Yes, I can't. Don't go Supreme Court without a clear case. So we say watertight case.
Na necessary omu jina solid in brebisu so dia betumi akwa otherwise. Ana
but time alone. The petition is static. Here in your static. Let's say you want to stop it. I say, to stop execution. Because execution, they be a quarter amount or the fee. They will carry all the stuff out already. It's difficult to stop it because it's already been done. With the process not started. And to stop it, no, kind of difficult. And I can start it there. And you have very strong chance of making sure that and start to cry.
Okay.
Stop it.
Okay. Now, Honorable Eko Vincent Asefo Esquire, almost any former Attorney General, sense so equally saying.
Well, look, I know that the injunction, court of Botany.
Yes.
But meaning the actual substantive case, maybe I could do. Meaning say injunction no answer severe. There is still room for the case itself to be heard. Now, well, I know said the court said on 21st they are going to deliver their ruling. Ruling number 21st they say a year one.
Yeah, 21st should be around. I'm say Wednesday and I said Thursday.
And the buyer, we will know the way forward.
And so process is soon as starting probing on my chassis in Ray. It's a ruling Baba 21st.
I know. But there's no injunction stopping the committee. Because
yes.
The injunction or more dismissal 3-2. I'm still ruling Baba 21st. And the problem they are starting. But that's because there's nothing stopping them.
Okay. Judgment in the Baba. But Ukaya reliefs, but me out can be actually.
In fact, my memory is a bit rusty on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Law, Anope, there was a pass for my education kakra.
Coming cow.
And cow so home. Yene lawyer Kwame Adolfo Nene Dinkomo. Yeshe Chichu Asempa, a friend in say group B, just a Nkofubia come wabum, and our Mafali suit. Our Supreme Court say Chief Justice Gertrude Arabe Saba Saki Tokono ni ya ye ne free hono anka ye njai. And ye bisa say a year too late. Once 5-member committee present a power mono or matnasi and rapid on free as no a year too late. No say on the repetitive cremwa. I late because time say committee in Pontina said dia or matnasi a be yet ding say omo bejai na maka say Chief Justice on Sankodi de Kunja on Kwankwatina de Kunja so eno na di hu komo yeba tisia
Neat FM Neo.
Hey, catch it. Listen in here. And you ma beto to dia me baba no hwade no. Hwem so betumi a. Hey, asew. Hey, now beka. Ya John to mami ensa duku portmanteau. This way chocolate drink. Na kan wo hwe afibia so beri ni waware ne a. This way chocolate drink. Na kan sia. Oh, asew. Udan klanu tumu ho. Me be mo anu ansu hye kwa dia ka ho. Uhwe dia wapi ho. Ukasa batete. Eda fom ho.
This way chocolate drink.
Catch up pay baba aware.
Asew.
Ye fia say this way chocolate drink. Ya sorry anopa no ne yenom ye be hwe fridge nom no se snack ye nya hoho a no ne de serve wo mo ye didi wie ne ye pe bibia bogu ya de so a this way chocolate drink ne yenom and this way no ti ano a he se kire wom koko wom brick wom bibia wom ade wo hia ne so hye
This way chocolate drink
de wo hia ani so hye
FDA ahwe se adwede nkrato mu agye atum se eye
Neat FM Neo.
Neat 100.9 FM sunie ye koya ya ba na brena so se wa wo fie ana se bebi bia wo bia betumi afre na wo so wa kire wadwen nsema ya buruburu so yi na yempia oman nko nenim na wo befre e wo 0302 257 902 0302 257 902 and I also say 0302 243 540 0302 243 540 Fre now also chewa dwana pay anope eden ade pa na shawbo a opese wuyigu ho hwegu form na yenko hello
Honorable Great Odame
Chief Gado
Madam for Papa
number 1
Yakupon self
Ami anope eden na shawbo a opese hwegu ho na yenko
anopa dia hwembo a me pese me fiombu ni nsema o kai no a wo ye interview bi hwembo pa yi kan ye die and look by say ye the bedi afu abo o man dana han kania na ye ya de nyina ye didie mu nyina kania ka ho na abrante amura omo opposition wa gawanu musa ma ye date nyina se muba solve problems we nyina mai ama Ghana fo nyina agya tum ya to aba no fefefe ama mo enne kukwasa okan ama asem no asem abu yie pa ti e bestre se wo mo ana mo se e bo se mbaba be ye bibia kama mai enti omo boche no omo disu yie pa na omo ye dia ya se dia mai na se omo di complaints be badia ye no omo dia ye nya green da because Ghana for the omo man de na ama omo na dia me di toto no se me party from penny for MPP to mbesra omo se mpinyin for party no mo ma wo mani pa kakra bi e party no se omo nsem na amra agia tu ye no se ye be tutu niama yie na atem didie na bi take obi eye sanu a mingin di se ekuru ye beba enti mpinyin for omo wasu hono mono omo fa omo 90 from na omo si fire na bibia ye na 2028 no inshallah na ya sampo to aba kama ma MPP dambla ba no be ye Ghana for se die ma omo ya se no bono no oni nyame ya adwuma odame.
Okay. Hello,
good morning, brother.
Good morning, Chief. Mpacho first and okasa free.
Mpacho me Razak no fefusu.
Anope Razak, eden e show bo apeso hwegu na yenko.
Mpacho kambi kwa ni mame we ya. Agama kafe. Ompe janista no fa juma ntuo. Because ajuma o ya dede yuase na yehu dede se no. In case omu de omu kanse na ka ebia omu kase o mame ba be ejuma krapo ejuma na o ye ni krapo ehun ni faso ba joti mate ehun ni faso
wo se wo kwa ne hwan a
misi dan ka min kwa ni mame we ya so
a chief justice okay
mame na asem no
okay yetio
dan ka min ni onu a aka meka sa me resign so in case omu can say we no mo se mame no mra betans no be ye juma tabwa ejuma no faso on so because omu bonu debro de say bia bibi obeye bibi kakre bi omu ka say semi kan eti mini mame no ka kwa ka meka sa me resign so because asema e ba no ya kan say no we so ma bon debro say mame no onye mame no ese sa Pacho futu amidi mama menuka pone se mama no resign no kota ni baby nyambe man sabe kona no mi da wase
yes ya da se no pay ade e hye obo hwegu fom na obo enye han obo ohunto hello
this year ba odame no apom se kadachi
boko alankash
Nanko Ponsha, Papa. Anyway, no thing I'm Padema, Honorable Abubakar, Kadis Boniface. Nama saying I'm Pastor Sodiama, Honorable Chupalam for the Jamatiana, JFK, Nera Jack, Poko, the saying I'm Pademano, Nana say, na, some Shamaboa, Minia, say, Mamma resign. Mamma resign, end of benefit, na say, and some of the for retirement, the man will end of benefit retirement, which is or resign in Sanka because ocean Samaya, the abono, and after a year, charge our mother abono, a yellow credit, fine, and running in the only that I'm running in Ano, and I say yellow crash, so I'm running so that at the amano. And none of them are who prepare any nuclear water. Let's the Miniano, and what they are meaning. Now, Kakra Mecca, and they are two drama for issues. They are young as the Fuani, and Papa, and your party for and through Crown. And you and and you have on my down and put you on my down and count. And tonight, we are meaning my daddy for. Na yere no mo ane no fa se no fa mi mi ano mo ɛne me namfofoɔ ne sɛ sɛ kaa bi ɛte free na sɛ ɔbɛtwi fo mu so a ɛde oyene ɛna ɛbɛbrɛ ɔman no nti ɔmo nyinaa ntie no wɔ akomapam ne asopam na market places na yɛde ama ɔmo nkɔgya no mu ne ɔmo mfiri kwaa no ho na kwaa no ho na ɛmfa ma yɛ na waa woyɛ traditional krampo na ɔɔkorɔ so anaasɛ na wɔn akɔbɔ obi adeɛ a wotumi hu sɛ nipa no a ɔtɔn adeɛ no the way ɔno kasa no anaa the way ɔbɛyɛ ate akyerɛw no na ama sɛ deɛ okura no woso wayɛ fed up na srɛ ɔmo nkyɛn no wɔ akomapam na ne nsɛ ɔmampanyin John Dramani Mahama garamsɛ issue no deɛ na srɛ no a sɛ nsuo a ɔmo sɛ no nsase a ɔmo sɛ no yɛkwaeɛ a ɔmo sɛ no mfudi ɛna ama aduane boɔ ayɛ dene papapapapapapa ntintimi nkɔ Burkina nkɔkra ntoosi mma twɛne ntoosi boɔ a ɛteɛ ɛwɔ market nti mɛsrɛ sɛ wɔnhwɛ na galamsey issue no na planting of food and job na
okay set nneɛma hyɛ obu papa ɛnɛ obu ayɛ tan osu frɛ na nneɛma hyɛ obu no hwɛ gu fam na obu ɛnyɛ free na we ɔsɛ Adazuwa Ba Ebenezer watching and listening live from Gomwa Simbrofo community. Gomwa de just a town baby or tema pen any ho. Gomwa Brofedu, Gomwa Yesi, Gomwa USA, Gomwa Mankasim, Gomwa, everything Gomwa. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Odame.
Yeah, Chief, but you're frozen, okay, free.
Me pacho meding de kujo dodo na from aja me kata fi sound ko bi e fen photo bi kata fi ho
okay anape de na shop hwegu o na yenko
opada me na hye mo de manka e be ha me na me bo aba so aduma awudi ma o magana me se nya me hira ma o se nya me to kwandem
ami
ene wa se funyala
ami
opa kaka mo kan se me sire Ghana semfo you say dollar number fam mo kaka dollar number fam pa yes one na wa fon nkasa ministry kwahwe da wa poso one da wa fon nkasa na ewu say ne asema wo kanu yen na me kan esre hu hia sense asa me kan be bi samu bi ha obi suso they say you fi say kan asa oba ansa o ma kana do some straight obere du poku ase no wa di 10 cities onye du poku ase no wa rodu amasaman onye du amasaman auto comedy onye du auto kwansamo me dey say unkita enough money no untukan akọ Accra na ukita be 100 Ghana untumere ankoma ade I was so yesre woma koma yete no kwa ya fed up ye atien they say musula musi Petrol wire gene. Why you say she amu say? Can dem afford when the blood go pass near so? I put him. This we are with you. Who does the paka ko kuma se ana? Ke one tell me na one tell for say na wo ye no. Na one ye say pepe na wa so be buya. Bon, ye ye ka say ye bia bon kwa ye tika mo e be bon bia sa ma. Because over the me yawo.
Duabo de yi frim. Ye be ka mo mati.
Pound me pa wo we me yefini me yefini amono o se no yo mi break o fun ti mo ti too much ko kan no won o kun te se o be road straight o be no be esi kwaso o say 15 dey o be o ban sauma e so from second to sound 15 cities no na so we are no we do be 40 and 30
okay nsema e hye obo osobra freyen na hwegu ono hello yeah, Chief Mbacho, you're frozen. Okay, so free.
Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Friend Mr. Bobby.
Yeah, now Mbacho, okay, so free.
Free don't constituency.
Okay, Mr. Bobby, and I'll pay a then a shop. She go on a young.
The committee, I'm here at Prim. I could go. And Dominic Cabana MP.
Yes, MP Papa.
And go man, and what they don't find you. You're don't near to Abama. Afi na me kan say adawa fun yesrom this year bibia e ko from dollar aba from fuel price aba from yes ada for no amuso mo fair no be yan bi ka kra dia ma passengers no matter so ka na affect ama man so ehun say ya president aka no oboa oman no enye ono ko nyoma ne boa boss bi ese agwadifo no so amoyo so meti mu nyoma no so kakra ma ama ya say inflation answer economy no affect BOT oman mu bia no so nya akra no botum akra mbesa meka no nyankopon hira mu
okay wo so waya de ne shobu ne we hwiegu no wo so frɛ na ne shobu bia beyigu ho no hello yeah chief bacho for us no kasa free
Kojo da me mache
yeja
in India let's put it like I said fit and try
yo bra Alex
Kojo
anope ne shobu hwiegu fom
Kojo 120 days of Euro Mama wa media why mama is 70% and the entire my friend said who can 5-member committee now no and I'm interested woman chance and American me who say only Euro adofo akasa we dey nke lawyer for issue but near how minister the chief justice of the republic na say who yi committee won ho a koju entokwa yeti ye ko ayeko na tipen ko anambra
sabe pepe
na who yi chief justice na who yi committee no maka chief justice asema no who yi military man or lower rank kura now the na panel with the committee
ayemra mebo ayemra say 2 judges from the Supreme Court and 3 ordinary Ghanaians nten de betumi abefo bia emfa ho ne nipa ne dibia ne ehia se nipa ne yellow ye ni onsan so ye mrahye bedwani ayemra nti president mama onti pacho what you say
ena me on say yan people ye kan bibi say ye se entokwa ye ko na tipen den
ba we so de ayemra o ayemra so ordinary Ghanaian nti obetumi abefa me yellow ye ni me ye MP obetumi abefa wo a wo kase wo yellow ye ni wo ye MP obetumi kwa akofa me ba Gideon what you say obetumi abefa obia nti ordinary Ghanaian nti president mama onti ba ye gusutio
kwa we salon
ayo ye gusutio
yo nti eho na eye difa kakra emame eho de na nti ase enunti na can we contribute say yes sir the caliber of the chief justice enye ubia ne bitimi atena na so keke akire ubia nimudie eni ne mudru because ono na uso afna musai kire no Iram Ham san obey president no nipo chat from musai kire no ono na uso afna musai kire no intini nimdie ne ni tibia no na se ukofa ubia keke se o metina ne committee so a ho na na mente me
na so de amamra kwem na nka wo de fa
but bia wo say yemra no wo de wo nyemra ni mufo nti no nti ate but me kwa kwore
no kre
alright the kre ndi wo betimi aka na wo gina ho kenyina yere ko but ka into the law ne dia me kwa kwore nti akire no we come back to the program bia wo be
sapa pepe Oso frɛ na anopei nia how nia tietie wo ahye obo ma obo aye tan yigu honum panu tum na yenko hello
good morning
yeah chief mbacho for say no kasa free
it is the Abraham
Ablekuma anopei nia hye obo hwegu na yenko
me chapa ne phone in our studio me chapa MP sama ni do yo gaga ada MP ye wo mu se chief justice no se ga na ye wo no obia mla na edibu o man no o ti so obi fumu a na ye ti committee wo ho a e fa ho ye omu di ne beba se mla se ye fa obia etimi ba ye timi ko fa obia ni ye timi ko fa bucha ni ye timi fa driver ni so far as o ga na nko ade ye timi fa o ti o man ye wo mu no ye na ebi no mo nya ma adwin sɛ ebi no mo yɛ nipa kyɛn bi sam na MPP wɔ so no deɛ ɔbɛyɛ biara no lawyer fo no bebree baako ɔmo sɛ deɛ ɔmo yɛ ne yɛ ɛnɛ no ɔmo sɛ table no tani a na ɔmo yɛ a ɔmo yɛ din na ɔmo nso ɔmo fa ma ne yɛ adwuma sam na ɔmo yi salɔ sɛɛ no obia ɔmo yɛ din na ɔmo yi wei no ɛsɛ commission ɔmo yi no NDC fo kan bia ɔmo si daabi ɔmo bɛyi no mmara na ɔmo di ɛsɛ ɔmo yi ɔmo fa tɛlikasiti asɛ ɔmo yi wɔ PPC ne ɛfiɛ mmara na ɔmo di ɛsɛ ɔmo yi no ɔkɔtan sisi ɔmo sɛ wei nso ɛdu so a yɛbɛyɛ no saa ɔmo sɛ yɛ dada mɛfɔ ebu ba ti sɛ dede ba ne kɔkɔ ba ne ɔmo yɛ dada mɛfɔ ba ɔmo sɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔmo yɛ kɔkɔ ba yɛ dada mɛfɔ ba ɔmo sɛ deɛ ɛyɛ no ɔmo de bɛyɛ ɔmo saa ɔmo sɛ yɛ sɛ sɛkɛ wɔn nso yɛ sɛ ɛdwadifɔ time ne dollar no wɔ so no every day bi a ɔmo tu nneɛma mu dabi a ɔmo tu nneɛma mu sɛ sɛ a dollar ba fam no ɔmo sɛ ɔmo de ɔmo kɔtɔ ɔmo nneɛma bɛ wɔ daka ɔmo ti sɛ saa nneɛma no nsa asan bɛ ti nneɛma so yɛfa saa asan ɔman mu ɔmo sɛ aban no twɛ ɔmo na ɛsɛ ɔmo yi nneɛma no so sɛ ɔmo yi nneɛma no so deɛ no daakye bi dollar kɔ so ɔmo bɛ ka kyerɛ sɛ dollar kɔ so ɔmo bɛ tu nneɛma no mu ɔmo deɛ ɛnyɛ papa wɔ man na ɛsɛ ɔmo pɛ simamfoɔ yɛ wɔ man no mu na ɛsɛ ɔmo yɛ defa no mu
pɛ Adazuaba Ebenezer Odiaba say watching and listening live from Gomwa Simbrofo Community Center. Mr. Odame, the dollar depreciation clearly tells that Honorable Atoforsen is more competent than Ofori Atta. Baumia put together simple cry. Okay. Mehudimbi wa me was it the friend say Harry Mofolo. Wow, beautiful name. Robert Ade Frimpong Robbie Fashion. I say despite calls for Samijan fees dismissal from civil society groups. Hello. and okay. Hello?
Odame ube mame credit what is
Papa we say me try bear 5 minutes is good. Papa Evans. Ya hu ya papa. Na no pay. And then next
because adie show be bona oka obonse na no ho ato. Me anope adie ha me e wo Ghana mpanimfo ho. Ya to aba bosume num nie abrekuma no Ghana mpanimfo ka kire ye say omu nya security for ma omu ntina ho e ma omu nkan aba no. Me roda me kohwe tension na ewo abrekuma no. We si onu na nwini ana omu nim se betumi de mfoko aba. Womu na weja fade wo man mu na ya womu bibi koswa womu hwe ne yi omanya ye tin bibi koswa mpanimfo no beye ntwe hansa di se bibi afiansa nti omanya nya security fo ebedina ho ama womu aka ya ba no osumi num ni omu si omu trase shame unto them nini a oni nyame nya adwuma
oso oni nyame enye adwuma ana pay waka obuso asem obuso ayo free oso frɛ na ne ehya obu ma obu ayatan yigu hono. Hello? Yeah, Chief Bacho Frost and Okasa free.
Bacho, Kwame Adom Boachin, Okasa free Adansa.
All right. Kwame Adom anope a day na ama obu ayiritan yigu on yenko.
The uncle for us. Uncle for Shaman, a Juma Moyama Mike. Let me say, me move dear, and yet time dear now. Kakra no so me pese me kan se efa chief justice for asem na ye yes Ghana ne MPP for nye nipa ensin obi bia wo oman mu e na oman no obi anso nye onipa ensin oman ne mra na ye shase no sebi oman panyin kura nye ensin mra no enu ti tasam beto ho na se ye kan Oma yɛhwɛ mmrakwan sɛ ɛyɛ mmrakwan so ɛna yɛfa aka asɛm na sɛ obi mmere so yɛde bibi yɛ no na the same thing ɛdu wɔ obi mmere so no yɛ sɛ MPP fo ho sɛ obi yɛ nipa sen obi da bi yɛmpene hyɛ adeɛ no yɛmpene fa ɛmɔ nti no asɛm na ɛda hɔ no ɔmoma yɛmfa mmara no ɛnyɛ de aka yɛwie na abɔ na sɛ ofiri na kondwa so ofiri so ɛmɔ no yɛ Amanye empata no onye de onta na eduma so after yes NDC for say dollar na ekofom ya pese e reflect wo oman no eniama yeto ne ene ekoso no e be say dollar na reduce na so ate no and reflect wo abrabo ni mu a fa so bi ani so I say M54 mere a omubu oman na oman ni mu aye din a ye say economy no aye yie nso a reflect wo e wotom ti ye de sa same caution no one na ma NDC aman say yes from ni ekoso no oman ni mu mu aye din nti say yankopon adom omo tutu ni ma dollar na aba famu a omo man reflect e wo economy ni na ye hu say omo ya ade yankopon show me that.
Okay, yes, you had that. Hello.
Hello, Odame, good morning.
Good morning, Chief. Actually, first and now free.
Bra, and your bonnet, I'm a prayer, Miss Raya. Yeah, cost of Ghana. Almost $1 buff. If I told you, $1 $9. Then you're 14. You see, dollar number from one way, almost the cinemas, almost pray on a chance for $1 buff. Yeah, I see you trade. You see, dollar no idea, it could be them the moon. I stable. Not for you, near a bay. So, what you see? How for you, I will come on. Second, tell you, a brain we saw about the correction of mistakes. Hawaii. And the mistakes is not correcting. Mistakes are correcting who you was more. Now, a brain we and call for year near my nano. The Lance's office. Last week Friday. Lance's office open here. I'm a permanent was a home panel. Huh? Inji among you have a correction mistake near Indiana. Eh? Jamami chief justice ya mami na kama. Esa se na na do na ponji ni. Inji mo de bi na na do ni we mo bi amoba mbe pamo. Eh? Mamu ya soja fu ya wa mpani ko soja fu mpani ko ya mo yi wo ma di wo mo. Inji zinu amu ka so mo tre inji ndi go ngana bi mo bu o ma ya o Ghana hana. Omo nchen na 2020 omo bi hu si tu ko na ni empu bi na omo nyani na no udi odam market on the wall 2020 so mbe sanya sa engi na ni na wa odam ko nyame nyaji
also oni nyame enye adwuma. Hello. Yes, and pay then na show boy fro so na kasa free.
Again when we kasa free from Korea.
Again mo yigu on yenko.
Me ma wajuma.
Adwuma ye.
Na sa ka dia no permission na mcha general secretary wa. Ya te pon kudia. Mcha ku fi kan ya Safia Mohammed na afanyo Martin. Yo, ya mi kan ya na just prosecutor wa whenever. Tami jamfia yi. Ana omo na mo o la fo na mo chaki dem no so mo wo. Dola no bebre gudem wo mo nko no mo we. Ya ona bo fori atani wo no ngo wura ne dem so mo ko ze dola bua. We di wo o ngo wura dola ni bi wo no mo se samra. Yan fa mu wo ma no na jiji wo ma no yo in crisis mo do. What you say? Because prosecutor wo to wo nkasa. But si ara pa di ndi wo dikta wani ya den. One nti ya pascal chance o ma na yitimu no ye nyina na ebu o ma no obi nye di pansi obi what you say? Nti ya di ye obi no a anya de no so obi ya fa ye no na nya de ni nyina ye nko ko de se ya pa bo ne ben o ye ya nti mo train abo so ta na sami jan video mo ja no prosecutor to wodi ya ye din ya ne se bi o be ka bibia fa won so to na won ka bibia nti ya sira no wo mrem no mo ko ye dem o do da ni bi go no mo ko tisa na ye brado do
na chese asema cha obono no okay oso frɛ na na ye cha obono hwegu ho emai. Hello. Yeah, chief bajo ye first no kasa free.
If I'm a critical very sunyane
critical sunyane anope eden na cha obo yigu ho no.
That's it. I'm chia on the little for my phone. Dollar. $2 above from am I me to be a bit or perm. Mamma for maybe the home how far. na me Bank of Ghana director koraa ba gya to sɛ nye NDC aban bibi o maye na ama dollar na yɛ de akɔfɔ na mmom good a Yoruba na aban dada no twɛ mu mo hyehyɛ o mo yɛ ama enne good no betumi nya ɛfɛnsɛn 31 tons aban we be kɔ na 30 ɛno a mete sɛ Yoruba ha ka ba bi sɛ 35 tons I don't know maybe a Yoruba ha ko fast 35 tons no free because na no ya na o maka sɛ 31 tons nti Yoruba ha so ka sɛ no ka sɛ 35 tons a enim sɛ bi aba bɛka ho ana so no na create ne dia ye be sɛ dollar na aba fom no sɛ dodo na aka no enya nsunsuanso ɛwɔ prices of goods nti fa so be na wɔ so e dingie keke what I say dollar aba fom there's no one yet the emma from cement price about we buy and about we buy cement the other count 60 cedis from a friend saying 80 to a friend 140 less than within 4 months. Now, oh, catch it, oh, bomb or somebody say, why are they? They are there, why are they? Why? Now, go about mounts and better to no matter the passo. I am castle, oh, where a year of a passo, no more, 8 months for any 10% I buy week, I didn't make my fool. My brand I buy a come on my 25%. It's 2%, the crop process, a half of the friends, yeah. Gonna for say, and pen. Not 10%, and I ever mamma, the my $1 from so and reflect away buto. The idea about woman moon, Gana for, your fire wagon, none next time. Young got to a friend, about papa, I didn't for sure. The prayer, the baby buto me, who say, I'm pat, a banana tree, for sure, because you're too about as a sabbath, son, or Hana, you will quite a cosso. O Kurubo, a cosso. Into no necessary. Desire then. Yes, society, then we know time catch them. Desire then. The Ghana for so be or Twabama and this do now. One more and more, some more for Twaba, and I don't want to cry and no more for Twaba.
Okay. And some shop a dos ye. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Chief, but I first and Ocas free.
Major so, Odame?
Yeah, Bema.
Of a K, new press station circle.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I no pay. And then a shop. You go from.
Yo, the same body be but make me look at. What I mean, man, open fan chama Zoom like company. I mean, can't tell this.
Hello? Of okay. Obianka at you. Ola call. All right. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning, Chief. Mpacho Frost and Ocas free here.
Joe, I only because I feel question.
All right. And I'll pay near shop. Me inti.
Yo, Chief, the question was Ghana for more president Mama Abaso. Why, Juma? 120 days here. The whole way. President, even North Africa, President BNY, 120 days, which may have fulfilling the promises. I lay am no cafe dollar. Yenim she what the check entity for say or more colonel 14 or 15. And then an pay at that. That you and I have president in it. Mini I do. Yeah, we have for videos I can say president Mama dear. Wabwe Juma. That can say yes, you may have to do at that time. Now me kono Mr. Wa Mammy Adia Hawa or GRE. In fact, Mamina and Jumapa, your best president said, or any deputy commissioner, and family. After honor Kalam, and to my congratulations. Which shall, you know, say, I'm not municipal. What about chief executive member, executive media? You know, I'm not ever friend to my paper. Do, I mean, show and thing, but I see.
Osha also fire. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning. Pacho Frost and Ocas free. All right. And I'll pay then a shop. Me inti.
Or they say, I don't pay my boy, possibly, Uncle Cotoba, and Yabuava, Bromba, and nobody about Budami. Uradami, me, as some media, Hammy Catra, yes, a museum, you Number one, electricity born said, yes, if you call this time party or damage, I mean, clearly. Aria number a big child, you like in you not about the Biobina, a year fan. So I won't be. I won't be passing. If you are meeting up, it would be up like 3 million dear Odame, and say, I dear, no, yeah, you don't pop up, but the Adan. And the Marsham for American, maybe a case here. So yes, $1 a conform, CC. And your man really and go for more, Odame. Can you believe we say, or they say, tomato soup, it will turn of facility, tomato soup, the baba, 5 cedi. Now, Baby Grana can say, Mama, I had here or buy a president in Africa, how did you know? But your Kapuka, Udika, because over 2 cedi, 80 cedi. Within 4 months, and cedi, I got 135 cedi. And the Africa, so can be a idea to say, Mama, Udika, say, Woka. Oh. Yeah, or they say, Niama, Koso, Neho, but Dolaya Muta about for me. Nina, who were catching it or the same Dolivia, Ayera, or they say, Lapema, here, Musa Dollar, no baby, or they say, a cocoa fire, one baby, and once the knock of the city. Near Cotia, compares dollars with Sammy and Vicar, or teacher Mango. In the Omumra, no Mumra Metre, says, $1 now, a cooking was Lapema. And no give you a good bank of Ghana, Emma, what is a $1 name from any media, usually or this channel. Oh, damn it, I'll pay maximum or Yam Titu, no Mumra Mitchell, my $1 and baby at the Copai, Medal.
Yes, so, yeah, that's it. And I'll pay Frey na in some shop book. Form. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Chief Mpacho, your frost and Ocasa free.
That's why I'm going to make a fear Timota, ABC.
All right. Kwesi, anape me hwegu.
It's ya Ghana for any ETF na. And I'm so ya da matini adwuma mobo. Ewo ni person dey one and pay. So ya no panament you kra enter dia me na me dai. Na because dame
Kwesi
ni pele akasa. Ni na ETF ya mo. Na person bi cha say mona mo yɛn mpanyinfo a yɛtie mu na yɛfa adwene nso esua nyansa kata yi sɛ yɛbɛka sɛ $1 aba fam sɛ yɛbɛka sɛ $1 akɔto no nipadam militi ha no sɛ mini 300 cedis 400 franse 400 pe na me ho bɛsoso na mede ma me yere pɛ ɔnkɔ market a nipadam onyɛma ɔde bɛba no rɔba ba ketekete nhwii $1 na aba fam no infecti nyoma eton wodwom say ya $1 aba fam ti nyoma aba fam na no misiyano mo equal circle means from ABC to circle no time for car aba you say 10 cedi ABC to circle you 10 cedi say you lodu Domi street into no 10 cedi the other cedi 10 cedi na we are not the kwa show man pay Sebi omanpeni ni hono ma obetimi ama enema abafom ade se yen Ghana po no ye gyan na anya twom krono ketenkete eni epu na ye boye ho eno ma ne abafom yes because net ade na yin ni se $1 abafom we abafom dokono obi bodo kono 7 cedi obi su bodo kono 5 cedi obi su bodo kono 4 cedi enti adani pa no bono 4 cedi no ono no ebro no nto Ghana ni ebi drop pe ba ko pe obi yi ti e yi sa anyoma na enyoma no enyi e na de to su bi na no ni se yes Ghana for akoti gold eni sika be anamebo o kuma se na sa gold no mo kwachi ye ni eni sa sika no because am te bin da se ye de no oman no nanka de bi ti se ya kwan asem ye gates ni enyoma ye de sa sika na ye ekwan na good ni aton dia bo man na no hwese nkofo timi ti omu memu ebe tro memu me kipusi di no hwese di ayekoti ye sika ekoti ye sika ni mpie ntebe na oman no ye timi akoso ye nhemra na emra no enye dwuma me twa to kwa ye before no ma chi lolo kwa ho afa no yem pamu amo ni politics say yem pamu amo ebisa driver ni jina ba bia anya police meeting no na de na jodi ni ton ade ba bia anya dia ye nche no ni da se woni nya me adwuma
yeso ye da se anope frɛ na ne hye obo no usuhwie gu na obo enha hello
Odame.
Yeah, chief mpacho ye first o kasa free here.
Me did your fake.
Wafake what's aba why are they anope yetie o.
Okay, yeah, really. Na me nika mo Zoom line company abaso anope. No pe dwuma mo bɔ no na sima na me hira o. Ya ya fo na me hira no. Ani mi sabo adu so ne tia no. Ta so ten, me di sabo ani Dr. Mahamadu Bawumia. Odame so unim enambia omo no a ye fe ni tiri hu no.
Yeah, tiri hu.
Unim tiri hu.
Papa.
Okay. What's that baby as a ton stamp at the bar no more no.
Be joint bi wo do mi pillar 2 corner baby ye frɛ ho ke boat. Ye frɛ bia ho no koko. Udu ho benye tiri hu.
Oh, tiri hu yeah. Na chesi no yeah, o so na chesi. No kwe unim. Na wa hu obi a o to apetesi. Na o to tiri hu. Ya wo timi $10,000. O se ni tikate ma to ku ngu beke. You couldn't say you your friend Jack with Yakuma, no trabe. One crammet $1 No, will be a also bird we are saying you better trim 7 years. When you're Jumada, your mother Juma 4 months. The jail performance you are according to was a president Janica. No, be so tell mommy can't to fool. Now, what we got when you see it, I can have done a fool. Don't let you walk with you. And I watch another go, you make a bundle. I mean, don't make a bundle. Okaya na wa de mama me na mama me say tobi dia ka ka ho. If they no work in kwade enka o be kwa yi ase na uko program na be first cap to kema. Na de defire nyi ska ketwa. President is over crème. Ada ya wa pa chewo. Na so won sawo omo gu no atop for my papa so. Won ni de wadi de obeko. President won say ni because the town and na visa fi anka ko to kube $1 $100 e wo Brazil. Oba no be suin with Ghana. Adwata between Wajano. Now, I'm a coffee boy. You can't do all Ghana. That the area you took Ghana says, who can you come? Let's have over 30 is on news. That is before you soon open trust that, but your money not be. I said, too, my member, your mama, President Abaso. I came back for 1 year or buy a 7 day and ammo, or Babette to go forward second hand. Now, according to Niger for me, but I'm here to be DJ station. We just for it that Ghana, ya me bonnet, a charge and Yamia body better. You know, Mobasa, no, just be up. If you ever be at 12, no good come.
Now, where would you be?
And the mommy
did Ghana fire bonnet into your child and Yacopo de Bobon, and say, Channy Jeff for idea.
Because, Oko Benia Bino, Oko Togo, Obuniho, Oko Nigeria, we know about Ghana and Kwana.
A mom say, your child, dear, and sub go.
One more thing, only at 2 or 3 more. Say, maybe you and then come a UBC, no more. If you to back above 11 to a second number. Now, make us say migration for the day. Get up, migration. Bonnie, Messi, we have to Bonnie across for Ghana. Migration for number 1. More about Chamoka. Yes, so would you bother so I give it 20 Ghana, 10 to near Wapa. Why so will be a Yari over who could tell you so about the South Yari? I was one.
Yo.
Yes, so would you bother so I give it 20 Ghana, 10 to near Wapa. Why so will be a Yari?
Okay. Ofake, and a penny shop with you. Then call last caller. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Chief Mpacho, your first and Okasa free.
But Ben or Yarfa.
Uncle Ben, and a penny shop with you form.
Medase. Micha Mbapa Mahama. Nano Pukadi Mamitian. Baby will be an Manachano pay. Or my penachabo, what a bit next week in Waba. I mean, and him kind was all kind of. Now, obey some agents just remember the maker. Some agency. Bonnet Ben, no some agency. Say, will be a Seneca. No one man. No one. And in your way. what is here pa sika e di yafa sami je fi de ne mfato difference wom ti da pa sika ne sami je fi sika difference wom enu woni dem enu kuku hu e woni kemu wo tu kwan enu bia bi se ne sika enu wo yi bia ma no e munye we na bi with one tiatin for the number bi when you should move on se wa boko no one was is that sika no ba wo Ghana another say sika bia ira wo ba wo Ghana na wo ngi bi sa kwa je no kwan ni what is say what is sika ira nke wo ma me ne wo wo ngi mi sa sami je physical no wo ngati se be bi oda no board no oda so no se good board sika ira wo eno wo ngati eno de wo ngati se sika bia ira wo when you tell me the vina only no why now who fenti na what take na na the tell me the ube president wo Ghana miss ube president wo Ghana e be soko bia e be semu no nyame de ube president wo Ghana
amen aha ne de ehyobo esi nti ne ehyobo bia na yamakwan ma wahwie egufom oso I hein see bibia totara obubio. Now on Facebook Live, teacher constitution we are more say Ghana is drifting aimlessly. JDM and the NDC seem to have lost control. The country is sinking and we are accepting it as normal. Despite the city appreciation, price of food and other commodities continue to soar. A stark contrast to NDC campaign. Ghanaians buckle up. The next 4 years will be tough. A special happy birthday to Honorable Mavis Nkansa Buedu, MP, Efija Sechere East. Teacher constitution, no diabano. Yamua K. Emmanuel. I say, good morning, Mr. Odame. Please tell the NDC and their supporters they should stop deceiving themselves and focus on how to solve Doomso rather than the propaganda and lies. My regards to Auntie B, incoming women organizer. Okay, senior Hifa. Okay. No sooner the debate, no. Way free, positive change in Medina. I say all of a sudden the MPP that was booted out of power just few months ago think they can lecture Ghanaians on good governance. You people were giving out envelopes to voters in broad daylight. We even saw Nanado took as I was, I don't know, Tata Bonombe ye president here. Much more so still, anyway. Okay. We that's what bad, ya kind with you know, yes, from Gumwa Simbrofo. Hi. All right. Abejo for the swalande, enti yanko studio B na yantu anko monoso. But yeah, ba this year.
Neat FM Neo.
Neat 100.9 FM Sunye. Yekoya yaba. Abejafana Tinase. Yewo Saka Salia from the MPP or Hanum. Sasuna Yao Asanitano. Openi Yao Asanitano. Political analyst. Onsuaha. Yehenim se KYK. Kwabna Yabua Crunchy from the NDC. Onsu Betinase. Brian. Emwa
Odame Mejoso.
Empacho esrebisa ho te sen.
Nyame ahwa me pa.
De nyame ase. Saka.
Odame.
Ode me hu wacha papa bi.
An enukrewo.
Uguso.
Oh baby akoso yi.
Isi exams na aba form.
Nyame na domu.
De nyame ase. Akwa aba nso.
Ino.
Basa ho ye.
Oh nyame na domu ho ye papa.
Okay. Okay. Brian. Let's start here nkomo mboy. What na ha check fine. CD appreciation say I can't depreciation I can't appreciation aba cry into me can't appreciation. You see I see the new who I ding. And guta mpenifo aka almost stress edwadifo emfa omoniama mbra form. But almost so much em say enyom no bi ho ye old stock. Nti omuntumi nti so say your take on it.
Open ko do am medal sepa ma menchia woni production team na menchia
ejo super
ahwefo na etiefo ina the colleague Saka abona homodin pa ba ne party na amone homodin amano and uguso ekasa sana regular callers and testers ofake wa frɛ kura homa na te no
sa frɛ
for nam no ho asa ba boburum it tells you how loyal these people are to their parties, not only the MPP but the NDC as well.
It is true.
Or more regular color. In fact, it is not about patronizing them. But the fact is that the party a co-positioner. Omo no mukromu sa kopim se party mbesa ba power. But party need power. They become the most useless people in the party. Now quite to say, oh, me pescato credit 1,000 ye, 200 ye, 500 ye. Into omo tra omo ABC mo sa na basis and papers. It is my candid advice to the NDC. Say, the NPP the year or more regular callers and testers. I may be mu ya na che say na enye fe no. Or more and structure BB and more regular callers and testers. That is NDC. Then making sure some bejina brand and I say MPP in the next 32 years or more bar or more the abesuya. Almost some of the structure to her.
In the next
32 years.
Just MPP better opposition for 32 years.
Because
32 plus see akwa 40 krana. So 72.
In fact after 32 years CPP will be track. Be ho mo bo no mo be track.
There's a kobe 36 no. Ese sata na saka way. This is ne ko
sata na government be na be power.
No CPP.
Na government be na be power.
They say after 32 years no.
CPP be.
Me be say 32 years no na why na be power.
Amamu papa na ekoso no be power.
We mo NDC fo. Nti say no mo na adwuma.
Oh. Me ni party bia ya adwuma.
It's Ghanaian sent na ho na Sami Gemfi. NDC ka sa 32 years.
Edusu anu abeka.
Na Sami Gemfi odi obiska.
Na sika o cheche dollars a o cheche no. Ne de.
Edusu anu abeka. Sanka.
Ka okoto bidie na onye sa sika na of the be cheche sa.
Party ni bi che obi sa. Anka o beta.
Even kra no sa ma me no.
Saka ma ya wasane wie.
The woman was taking the money because onim say enye Sami Gemfi there. So onim say enye no there.
Me say
onim say ye Ghana for the
why nim say
agree that nim say sika na all jifrim Sami Gemfi on enye no there. Said we we preliminary.
Asem Pama mo regular callers and testers are
32 years in the one tias year.
I mean,
because
on him said 32 plus the age, no crap man.
At the end of the day, Club join NDC.
Oh, this idea. Overstand MP for NDC.
Yeah, you go with you.
Nti regular callers and testers. Me mani kuma ho pa nti aban we hwe no omoa omodie no. Ese open bi Mr. Cotti. Se say nokora san ne ho ahoa mu nyina. These people must be taken care of in your friend say Zenu Agoi. Your friend simple aban.
Okay.
Omo nyina. But Saka kwatwe asema ba. But no tester bi and as a caller be a kind Sami Gemfi sika no asa na obi sase enti sa sika no a de friend say ye de ye kochi ye no ye hu ho hwe no e bi na ye de akogu Bank of Ghana na Sami Gemfi akosisa bi na wo de che no na bobo. You see Sami Gemfi there was this TikTok thing ubia na we abo Sami Gemfi din ubia na we abo Sami Gemfi Canada Japan. Almost all the big wigs of NPP. And you watch TikTok now. The way almost structure no. Semi fast or damn never can Sami Gemfi na Saka Sami Gemfi.
Okay. Oh yeah, me who be.
NPP for ya.
And so those voices na your old one. Obi na waka can see.
Yes, I'm saying say. It is the same thing no boni din. Baby asame jevu. I will say you be say over happen.
To pom pom.
That is what is happening.
Yes, swedre boy.
Yes, that is what is happening. They envy the young guys so much to the extent say
envy.
they don't know what to do. Enviness is part of it. No, the other mama fan compare. But don't the mama come asem so.
All right. CD. Appreciation.
Odame before say make us no. Say you program na say ope dia. Me no be call straight to Otibo Engineering Services.
And no way.
Dance band of Kanisha.
Dance band say nature here.
Obe service will come out free. Enye enkwancha you.
Wow.
Professional, your friend is saying, service center.
Service it entails what?
Was no car call for service now. What do you go for service for?
Say the problems were ombeni na.
Obeyama.
Hey.
Me am the work on
okay.
Right.
Oh, what's your problem saying?
Otibo Engineering Services.
Otibo Engineering Services. Our dance bar. Hey, and they come.
Where the member the okwa obeyama, but obi biara otiem bia okọ so a 30% discount.
Wow.
Straight.
Ne hian so because oti woni TFM ya sanito na neka.
Omo medi. Me ma share ne boss say wo my Jerry ma me biama and another person wo UTV. Me de mo beba.
Oh.
For free. And I'm not joking. For free.
Hey, and the omo deka.
Inti Dennis friend say Otibo Battles.
The kind of crash say Tell me see the cause here. You turn him push on.
Baby, I'll be happy sure Dennis. Menya.
Brian.
See the appreciation. One kasa to one to can say. Ya can depreciation.
Oh.
Who can
appreciation grandma.
Inti normal. But you see, the appreciation no aban. As I appreciate it. Now, we the yen say a begia to me say no my papa air cost now. What are the reasons? One of the pillars, and I make us two of the pillars of the appreciation fiscal discipline within the fiscal space. Monetary discipline. How more idea go akwem. Yanti asian so say. Yintria external debt no. Yintria kura. Domestic debt ye tria bi but there were on the door so.
Essentially borrow bi.
Yes, when we start paying. Now said the appreciation of the CD no. And sign appreciating more. It will mean say dollar no ebesa baso. But we should accept say any dollar no ebesa baso one way or the other.
Okay.
But next one beba no at what rate and not necessary until you to measure the growth of the economy. I believe strongly say the appreciation we are seeing now will continue up to a big part between 8 and 10. Yebenya.
Single digits.
Yes, I'm confident that we may get single digits.
Okay.
By the next 4 months or even less. We'll get it. But yenya, sustainable. This is the question that will be answered. What is the sustainability plan? I am confident that the sustainability plan is there. Ura Keselato Forcing, any Bank of Ghana, Ura Mensa, they will do their best to ensure say it is sustained. It will be sustained by Yensua businesses a whole. At the end of the year, they augmented our appreciation. We are also free. At the end of the measures ben pan or the big homegrown locally between Yama Sidino Ajina Brane. Most of the reasons I might see depreciating as a result say ye cram number for amanone dodo. Ye normal dodo even the between your hand ye crafi amanone. Into one of the measures I may feel say I buy so man and you come where Bama Sidino Ajina any the agriculture industry. That is the first pillar in my opinion. And yes, I mean economics. But the economics will tell you, they will find other means to tell you reasons a better management. But the primary reason as a layman, make us agriculture. Now, agriculture, and yes, we will be drama no by na back again. Yet, remember, October, November, Burkina Faso, Eddie combined harvesters, planters, plowers, tractors, and sprinklers, any heavy earth moving machines. More than about 1,000, and I'm going to be trying to Ghana at the core Burkina Faso. What are they doing? they have gone into serious agriculture. And they have gone into serious industrialization because agriculture without industrialization is zero. Into industrialization has to go in tandem with agriculture. The me patch say who do no buy no. As I say before say no buy no obete and as obetwa no. Na ehun fidia and as a candy a would be bibia broni friend value addition. Nanka odi abeka ho. Enti yamma aban we onte ne ho asese. A man metal to agriculture just keke.
Okay.
Machines they add value to agriculture produce no. Enye huhu bia. Enye to say efe na okwakosi a Commander Sugar Factory. Ebi mo ho far less about even $2,000, $5,000. Ubeya sa machines bi.
It's true.
Individual farmers. Na eba to say omo associations and also mfo ne doors no a. Aban betumi abamu to partner with them. Na umfa mfidie ne mra ye may install at the farm gate. And until the mother be preaching about the fact say aban don't look at the private sector alone. About agriculture, it is very important. Say aban so the home gym na aban or ye the spender of the taxpayers' money no. Would the tax ni be at the better say asase. Uko no for what? Asase da ho wo hwe te say ne ewiem ehia. And what do we do with those lands? Sanke ye Burkina say anka ye Syria, baby a kofa wheat in Sanke yo mo anka e de no mo de sa asase ne be ye. Enti the SSC ye to me any irrigation system. So the baby betumi a crop throughout the year.
Yes.
Now your crop no just machines na ba farm gate ho no. Ye twa ya na ye
process it.
Hwe Burkina ana ye kokoto tomatoes. And no more 3 tomato processing factories. Omo ankasa omo gold refinery.
Yeah.
Omo ankasa omo nationalize omo gold system no. Omo percentage e wo no esunche obi ani ho. Omo se ya dia. Omo si omo ankasa omo central bank enra chi year 2021 to now. Na wo hwe progress a omo making no. Na wo hwe your friends housing omo ye. Wo hwe kwan a omo yi. Asphalt no ne thickness say tie ni. Na yenso edu ye ha. Asphalt no you got 2 go so kekeni ejai. You see what the Burkina government is saying is it is not say omo crowded out the private sector. Omo no omo be adwuma. Na omo mo be hu say akwan no yiye no de ma private individual companies no a omo nya no ntem to say the aban ehwehwe no.
Okay.
Say for the aban kasa de no agim. Nti aban na sisi ya no state na nkasa eye ekwan mo. Ho amo do omo ye. The military. Ye military gu ho. We have the engineering regiment.
Yes.
They know about building roads,
construction, anything construction.
Minua. And so share bridges are horua abubu eyim. Until we are can say see to me at the agriculture implements the back to add value to your produce now because we should ban we in a system of agriculture or they ba under rural agriculture. Apart from kukon kitchen fish rearing. Your friend is animal rearing. Your back farm produce no. In my opinion, a baby boom pa.
Okay.
The baby boom last year to me at the value the ya crack here. Meanwhile, about 24 years ago, so what remember ya Judah. And I TBB a particular phrase be Akumada Tomero.
Yeah.
Bisa who say Burkina Faso between 2021 up to now almost 3 tomato processing factories. I know more can into whom conquer Tony Robium. Not 24 years ago, yet Akumada Tomero. Now you're for one single processing factory mainly for a tomato. Now you're any part as a sabi more at here for more fan cheme. It means that we are not thinking forward, we are not forecasting into the future. Say that your population a big group. Now a grow a dear and the best sustaining our population. And for me, no, for the city to appreciate, no, it is very critical. Say agriculture sector, no, a big booming na abua. We here no free what? Ye man be loopholes a what various system, your port system, your revenue collections nimu. And right here, ECG, you have a come once a month. Share means somebody lose revenue. What do you want? What be say? You know the problem. And yeah, then a problem. No.
Yes.
And yes, I advance the problem.
Dabi.
Problem no hot. Until loss of energy, no, and I say loss in energy production. if we know the problem that baby no almost was a problem. So what are you doing? It is just about best practices. And if the American say, you making sure say, omo digwa na omo kra nuoma abano. Omo hobe hanu omo hanu omo nuoma na will be say. Good for say, yeah more about 1 month or so.
Good for the almost straight before Sanka. Good.
Yeah, na adwadi for no so say. Mumunya botre na yeah more about 6 months because no more makafa still be was talk. You see, I tend to agree with adwadi for no kakra.
Oh, okay.
What my advice would be say perishable goods no are tomatoes, but dear pear ne no mano any even non-perishable goods to say a more mono. A bit more how bet me at kakra in the sense say I doubt say from October, November, December last year, a more best containers 20 yakofa buy no a bit does go. It is possible say big go. And yes, I agree on that fact. Nti to say on bet tisu shim sa no. A bed in kakra. I would advise say 6 months to omodia man. A more room. Because see the nation say appreciate na nya no.
That be
best 2 months e twema eko 3 months.
Even December.
Nti ye hwe ne say the amoko 5 free December munya honest enough. Na mon try say nyese mo betisu boom na mon try say mo be break even.
Kakra.
And taking care of the amoko fan in November, October, last year now, it be that's what until once you break even, be honest enough. Now you entertain no muscle. Said the buyer seed no so ampa a begina. Said the buyer increasing the purchasing power of yen, right? And yes, I got it for me to say cars. Who called the Georgia Motors? Nananka Amachao and Mahama. The Georgia Motors phone Namachamo. The fact is that Ukoha. Cars be a mimi who almost a year ago. And that's what you and Nipano Okofa car no buy at the time now rate about 16, 17. And I say even 15. So see ana ababedi 12 no. So Okotisu shim sa just a boka. No matter say cars ne other equipment be mono. Ne soteno a beya dinkakra. And the more time till about a month. See a more 1 month from now. Yes, you are more about 2 months and more crop.
Yeah.
Because like you are saying, from December. Which means to say, it is possible, say, by the close of, by the middle of next month, June. Let's just anchor on my bomb. But unfortunately, in conclusion, Ghana said, Yamuchria, no mumia.
Yamuchria, no
mumia, COVID-19, sanitizers. We are in a hubi.
Yes, so, even those marks.
And you find you be sound say see ahwe ubeko dwom pe aba e pro so beti so ama wato na la men pro ayi kwadu ene no madomba egu fam ayi popo e pro eso so beti so ama wato no amura because office say wote so awaboka na wonim so say wante so ma ya anto ne ntemu a e be pro e de ahye no ma ne ka crop akosoro right. Enti adwadefo no monye honest a bit na ye nyina ye moa aban anase ye moa ye ho na sidi no engineer brane the last single digital I am very confident say aban de hyehyɛ pa through the gold board through the fiscal space management through the monetary management system a bit me aboama sidi no sustainability no I am very very high and strong.
Okay yaw asanita no na wote ne nka no Saka.
Yeah,
CD appreciating. Na good for say before and say masu kakra as still I born no was ro ukodwemu a no bi wo hono mo still even though CD no appreciate no still no mabo e was ro kakra enti your take.
Yo, thank you very much, Madasi. First of all, my so menchie tiefu. Na menchie no, I need them in me damfo bi.
Odamfo be offense.
Odamfo be. But David onye oba.
Boni din na Odamfo dey say
oh me na ba.
Boni din.
David me boni din. On pese me boni din. Ba onye oba.
Say na untumi nchia no.
Onye oba.
Yo.
My go straight to the point. First of all, you can see the depreciation and appreciation answer. My brother said it on or cassette say this particular government or some magical one be a the masidi no and the horn they no
akoso. But
that's not the case. First of all, let's yambo MPP abaso. Even in opposition.
Identity.
I'll tell you. There are so many factors. A timima CD and our currency a depreciate. One of the foremost speculation. Speculation is said. And we say
Sikam pedidi.
And we say obi continental radio. Oh Sikano de oh ekosoro and all manner of things. But Osha and the MPP, kasa ewo radio mu. We are not, whipping people's sentiments. Say, oh, CD no one day no down, or trying to challenge the fact say the city is doing well. Most of the time, people talk about the fact say, oh, the city is doing well, but the reasons are different from the NDC reasons. But NDC for no, they will, even if now today, if the city is 13, NDC during MPP time will come and say, oh, the city no cry 16. To win public confidence in the city, into dirty speculations. Right now, from MPP is a very responsible opposition. Anyhow, the city is doing well. Secondly, the good pitches we na a reserve we pitches. Gold reserve pitches.
Good for oil, nana.
Both good for oil and gold for reserve.
Okay.
There were two of them.
Yes.
Gold for oil. And you use gold in exchange for oil. And Emma, the pressure on the dollar no, because ukoto fuel from amane aba, you have to use dollars. A BDC for no, any way more purchase no, because anytime they are going to buy oil, or they have to use the city. They have to go into the market. For instance, every month you hear 400 million. To go and $500 million to go and buy, a fuel. So the pressure from Bank of Ghana and even the local market is high.
Okay.
But with the oil, you don't need the dollars. With the gold, you don't need the dollars. The dollar worth of gold over UC, eco purchase the oil, and because of that pressure, any dollar
Okay.
And then. Reserve, the more reserve you have, the more stronger your currency becomes.
Okay.
It's most of the time, you see dollar as a reserve. And you remember, anytime dollars ever Ghana, the CD depreciation, not reduce, and now sometimes it stabilize.
Okay.
But you decided, say, what we have is gold. What we can have is gold. You see gold, as reserve. As we are speaking, we have about 31 ounce of gold reserve. By the time MPP echo out of power, they were about 30.57. They say they were 31, less than even one. In this for the almost less than one ounce of gold. But the MPP have been able to, stock your reserve, with that amount.
Was criminally managed.
It tells you, say, or name the oka. I mean, say a government be or for losing elections. The government be able to lose election. You can do well and still lose election because now Ghanaians Ghanaians are people. You cannot you know, you won't me understand them. They are very complex breed of people. Once I will check, they want you to go so that different person come. It's now we can say all the knowledge on earth. They are managing economy. No, it was criminally managed. We don't agree with them because NDC till NDC, you know, if you give NDC even 20 years, I'm not yet. Masa, I feel never can know my MPP. Free SHS, gold for oil reserve, school buildings, hospitals, IAC, Agenda 111, road infrastructure. Nema bebre aye. You were a new book, and you say a kakeke. You were a full book. Oba, it will pop up with all the videos, all the pictures. Yeah. Railways. Uko every sector. NPP has performed NDC in every respect. But we lost. Maybe it means it is not so much about, sometimes it's not so much about development. There could be other reasons. Okay. Maybe I'll be crying to me, you say, oh, Papa, we impaired the way our Kasa were radio. And because of that, now I got to ATL. People will impaired Asem, where they did do. And the way you know who you're fair. To Abamano. There's so many valid reasons. Uncle for the Tuaba. If you don't come and tell us, say, oh, the dollar was the economy was criminally managed. When we took over an economy of 157 billion Ghana cedis and move it to over a trillion. It cannot be criminally managed. Apart from that, when him say since NDC about power, me show the reason why a dollar no
okay.
Since NDC about power, when him say Oma frozi the accounts of all the departments, ministry departments anyway. Even electricity crowd, electricity. So pesca, they have to borrow from the staff. Oh yes.
Asem na okay. The staff no see a whole ECG.
Oh,
Electricity Company of Ghana.
Yes. ECG Asem na Meka.
Okay.
All MMDCs, ministries department and agencies. I'm telling you, or more accounts have been frozen, and up to now, they don't have anything. Zero cry. What they do, or what they only do, is to pay them salaries. They don't work. They are not paying contractors. They are not paying anything. So in that case, before the election, normally, before election, what business people do is that because of the unstable nature, because of the uncertainty, most of them invest in Musika, either into gold or they buy the dollar with Omusika. Say, me name the ABC, and me talk gold and I me talk dollar at all. The ABC biano, then I will be safe.
Okay.
Freezy accounts, no. What is happening now is that, and they don't pay businessmen anyway. The businessmen who have used the dollar as a store of wealth are now tapping on the dollars. Dollars are yet to fee, and I yet CA no. Now because I ain't ye ne sa nuamano. Ye after they no na rely on to feed. So they have to take the dollar to now go into the market. And once the dollar go into the market, it means that there are more dollars. Because the whole thing is demand and supply.
Okay.
More dollars are going into the market. So what you see. And therefore, it makes the dollar strong. And apart from that, the major thing, the foremost thing that makes the dollar, the CD strong, is it has to do with the new Donald Trump tariffs or the toll. We are making the US dollar unattractive because countries they are also putting even tariffs. We don't even trade with them anymore because of the high tariffs. China, look at what is happening in China and other places where people are, taking advantage of what the US are doing to shun the US dollar. Now the US dollar is one of the weakest currencies. If you want to know, say, whether the Ghana cedi is doing well, peg it at the pound, the pound sterling. Whether or not it is appreciating on its own strength, or it is the dollar that is rather depreciating in value. You will get to realize, say, it is the dollar that is depreciating. And now I mean, because we call Nigeria. Then Nigeria's Naira is performing so wonderful against the dollar. Anywhere that you go, every currency is performing wonderful against the dollar. So Ghana is not, a special case. Obimu per se yanka say omo some magical one the beer omo deba omo some extraordinary knowledge beer omo all of a sudden omo deba. That is not the case.
Aban say fiscal discipline.
No. What fiscal discipline? I mean, we haven't even gotten there. They have not even implemented their 2025 budget. This 2025 budget, I mean, because they are not spending it. They are not spending. So there's no shortcut to success. That's all that I'm saying. Nyama America we no. They are temporary. And yet permanent idea definitely it at a point, stop it. So if you want to strengthen our currency, it is not say mintia unkrofo and I make freezy accounts and the US problem will persist forever. The current government has not done anything. They have not done anything that shows that we can have a sustainable CD, appreciation over even the dollar. Because I'm saying that it's not only the dollar. Treat. Until whether or not you are doing well based on only the dollar, I think you will be fooling yourself. I'm saying that there's no success to success. There's no shortcut to success. What we should be doing that the reasons why your currency me as I appreciate it.
And guta for calls
what we all should do, like we said, we should have more our foreign exports.
Exporting more.
Our export and import, our export should be more than our import. There should be a balance. And in most cases, that is what we call the balance of payment. If you say over the years, Ghana, we have had positive balance of payment over the years. But the reason why I reflected more has to do with the fact that a lot of business in Ghana high business personalities. Foreigners. Once we positive balance, it still do not affect the real economy because they export, they transport it, profit, and they still leave you as you are. But for me, let's ensure we engage in industrialization drive, and industrialization, it is not like going to buy a cake. So it's not like what could talk cake, have a celebrate birthday. It is a process. So industrialization, our MPP started, the way air continue. I don't think that we'll have problem with it. For instance, the one district, one factory, because it will inure to the benefit of the youth, where everybody will get job to do. Apart from that, then we can export more. But Saoba, na yahu nuamane ana plan bia odeba. Na see the new appreciate it. Now we begin now catch you say, oh, I have done something wonderful. And then when we ask you, say, I didn't cry no yeah, see the new appreciate you. Up to now, no NDC person can tell us exactly what they have done. They cannot tell us. And the reasons are what I told you. It has to do with the US dollar itself, struggling over other currencies based on, due to the fact that Donald Trump had brought some obnoxious policies that is being, abhorred by the whole world. And number one. Secondly, I've told you, said we have a responsible opposition. We don't do much speculation about the city. If not, do you know, say the city have started depreciating again. As at yesterday, the depreciation have started. And yesterday, the market is no longer 12. It has gone to 13.9. But I don't, you see, but because I don't want to do speculation, because it is not sustainable.
Into your because I say the dollar depreciation clearly tells that John Honorable Atuforsen is more competent than Oforiata.
No, it cannot be true. And I'm saying, say
Atuforsen you wonders.
No, only wonder be I just want him to tell us what he has done. Only wonder is it not the same NDC way in power over the years? Atuforsen was a deputy minister. In fact, the city depreciation, if you compare that one with the MPP, at the NDC time, the city depreciation was faster. Was faster. The rate of depreciation was faster under NDC than under MPP. Despite the fact that we took it from 4.2 to somewhere like the 17. No, after the 17, it was an aberration. It was like a normal thing. It came there within some few days and it's down. It went to me because it was 17.
That's how we draw histogram and I say, yeah.
Anyway, you are right on that. But I'm saying that it didn't last long there.
Okay.
So what you say? They should not try to.
Atuforsen here better than.
No, Atuforsen has not. How many months?
And
how many months?
4 months. No, you want to see.
That is the reason why I'm telling you, say, there are reasons. The whole world currencies are appreciating against the dollar.
Okay.
Are you saying, say, the Nigerian minister, no? Or also.
Why wonders?
Why wonders? Okay. And now call Burkina Faso, and now call any other country in the world. That cannot be the same. That cannot be the and I'm telling you, he has not done anything on record that shows that the dexterity, economic dexterity, and the CD appreciate you. No. In any case, I mean, if you want to even give a commendation to anybody, it should be the MPP government. Because like our footprint is still what is still governing this particular.
It's a good akache the force of Montichin Nyamaswa. No,
because Ubisa the phone now. I must see you, Nuama boy Nisano because of dollar, no, I mean, and all those. The dollar has always been an easy pick, to explain away high cost of living this animal. Because you say the dollar influence even fuel prices. Fuel prices say, crabber. And then the phone they use the fuel because when fuel prices are high, it increases transportation costs.
Yes.
I'm saying you say. Now that those factors are favorable, why wouldn't they reduce? And then they will tell you, say, oh, these are old stocks. And in 20 years, they will still tell you, say, these are old stocks.
As
a way of, ensuring harmony in this country. I've always suggested that, even when MPP was in power, but we never implemented it. We should control prices in this country.
Price control.
Yes, there should be price floor. There should be a floor pricing.
Okay.
I'm not saying floor. Floor.
Yeah. Everything.
Floor pricing. So that there's a price at which you cannot go. You cannot go above a certain price. Ghana, the way no open market, Emma will be the open piano. And now the amount to be open, it's making people take advantage, and they are doing and misbehaving. And that is the reason why.
Deregulation now, you.
Oh, deregulation
for the OMCs,
No, for the OMC deregulation.
I didn't. Yeah, not the same fuel. And